All right, and now we are live again. It is officially Noodle Free Mondays one more time. I started the show last time like a daggone fool, an hour early. I guess it's the holiday. I was just like, oh, dang, I got my show tonight. So I was all excited. Started it too early, but now it is officially showtime for Noodle Free Mondays. This show is just about crazy stuff we see happening in the world. We analyze what's going on, give our opinion, our unprofessional opinion on what we think this person's mentality is. Also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that's watching, and happy Juneteenth to everybody that's celebrating the holiday where they played a bunch of the homies in Texas and didn't let them know they was free until years later. That's hilarious, right? Our noodle of the week is Tyrese because he's having a little few problems in court and he's complaining to the judge. So we'll look some of that up and talk about that. For now, I'm going to get the links together, send out the links to the guys. I'm going to play some video again I was playing earlier and get back to that. And then we will get ready and get our show on. Let's see here. Boop. Boop. I am going to go here. Then here. And then here. And then hit this. And then go here and hit this and hit that. And then this and then that. And then. All right. And I'm going to mute it while I get on it.
Where is he? Here we go. Keep the pace. This way. This way. Oh, we're gonna get that son of a bitch.
No ticket. Yes! I'm late.
God! God! Where is he? There he is. There he is. On the ground now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Listen to the man. Right now. I need more Pokeballs. Pokeballs. God, I need more Pokeballs. Go. Son of a bitch. Go.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Ha! Here your third. I got it. Oh.
This is some good shit.
Really good shit.
It's no surprise. The apocalypse is upon us. And let's be honest, shit's about to go down.
Having been trained by the likes of M. Bison and Sagat, who better to show you the skills and technique for survival than from someone who has lost it all.
At Brad's Apocalypse, you too will learn the ways of
The Siamese ninja roll, the Himalayan fucking jump, the Korean human sacrifice, the China ninja star, and the most important skill of all, American wisdom.
So if you lack the physical strength to outstand Korean drones, zombies, even your neighborhood crackhead, join Brad's Apocalypse. Your life depends on it.
Call 188-APOCALYPSE. It's an Arby's number, but they know me.
All right, perfect.
Oh shit! Yes! Hey, shit is definitely popping off now. This calls for a celebration. Random friend, order some pizza.
Wait a minute. You know, every time you order, it take like 2 hours, yo.
Yeah, man, you're right.
Au contraire, we can just get my white guy.
What white guy?
No. My white guy.
Hey guys. All right, what's the situation?
White guy. We need to get some pizzas over here, but we need it here in white people time.
No problem. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna need 3 medium pizzas over here. If you can do that for us. Hey buddy, how you doing, man? Hey, hashtag White Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you think you get 3 pizzas over here for us? Hey man, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, 15 minutes and they're on the house.
White guy does it every time.
Oh, wait. Tell me more.
1-800-WHITE-GUY assists in talking to white girls who don't date black guys yet, seating at restaurants, acquiring loans, buying condoms, run-ins with the police, moments of sympathy, hitchhiking, finding the remote, even the cure for AIDS. Just ask Charlie Sheen. That's right, 1-800-WHITE-GUY. White privilege for everyone. And he doesn't sleep. He runs off of pure white power.
All right, fellas, we need to get this pool dug out by 3 p.m., so no slacking like usual. You hear?
No problem, Rick. We're on it.
All right.
Hey, is it true that we're digging on an ancient burial ground?
Yeah, I think Brad's right. I think this is an ancient Tokioli tribe's ground.
Look, I don't care what we're digging. I would dig up my own grandmother if I got paid for it. You hear? We two get down there and dig. You know, I hate smoke. It's the absolute worst. Jesus Christ. How's it going, morons? It's going good, Rick. Thanks, man.
Yeah. He's a nice dude. Yeah. Sky. Whoa, I think I found something.
Oh.
Whoa, like an old-ass pipe.
Whoa. Hey, there's still some green in there.
Do you think we should... Okay.
Ahoy there! You've awakened the great Genie Bunyan, and I'm here to grant you two 3 wishes.
A haunted genie?
It's awesome.
Now, isn't it crazy that I came through that pipe, through both your lungs, and now I'm feeling you?
Oh, dude, you got your mind blow juice on my
I'm
hat.
sorry.
I know, crazy, right? So what's your first wish, my masters?
This is you, man. This is you.
Okay. Genie, we're tired. We'd like a 10-minute break.
You shall have that, as you wish, my masters.
All right.
Are you kidding me? You wasted one of your wishes on a damn 10-minute break? Why didn't you ask for $1 billion? You would have never had to work again.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks for looking out, Rick. Man, you're smart.
I've granted your first wish. Now, what shall the second be?
Well, Genie, got some suds, and we're a little hungry. So for our second wish, we wish for a 6-inch, 12-inch meatball sub.
Nice save.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Your wish is my command.
Will you just shut the fuck up? You just wasted 2 wishes on complete bullshit.
Oh, you know what, Rick? Why don't you take a hit off of it, and then you can have 3 wishes of your own.
Oh, nice, man. Share it.
Are you idiots not even going to use your 3rd wish? You guys are dumber than I thought.
Oh my God, we had a whole nother wish.
Dude, for always looking out for us, we wish that Rick never has to breathe in smoke again.
Your third wish.
Because you
shall
hate
be-
smoke, Rick.
I need smoke to make my own wishes.
I don't think it's working. Right?
Peace,
Yeah, I don't
bitches.
think it works like that, Rick.
Rick, man, we gotta get back to work.
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we got to get this pool done by 3, so we can't slack.
That's
Your
right.
own rules.
Yup.
And take your pants off, man. Stay a while.
Yeah, dude.
All right. It's the Skid Bags Fast Five with my man JD, the Godson, sticking and moving with the Rock M&B on his shirt. So you ready for the Fast Five questions, JD?
Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we got Punky Johnson here, Skidbags Radio, Skidbag Street team in the spot, getting it on the gutter side. We got the Fast Five. We're gonna bang out 5 questions. We're gonna start it off. You ready?
Let's go.
What's your personal motivation for doing comedy?
Me.
What would you tell a new stand-up coming through the comedy ranks?
Don't do it.
How would you describe your style of comedy?
Ignorant as fuck.
Who was your inspiration to be a comedian?
Motherfucking Richard Pryor, bitch.
Yeah.
And my mama always saying jokes in the middle of beating my ass.
Nice. So give me 6 words that begin with S.
Sexy, sassy, sick, silly, sadistic, sophisticated.
Boom. There it is. That's right. Let's thank Punky Johnson and whatnot. Skidbags Radio. Thank you for doing our Fast Five. Great work, great show tonight, and way to tear down Cluster Fest.
Oh man, the best.
Right,
Thank you
future.
so much. Love.
Yo, so I got my man David right here. It's Mr. City and Forces Skidbags Radio out here doing our.
And here they hold like.
What ended up happening is, we went straight from Big Mama's house into the makeup design work that we did for X-Men First Class, which was a lot of stuff for Jen Lawrence. We had the Beast. The Beast ended up going to another shop, ADI, but we still had a good amount of work trying to kind of develop paint formulas and stuff like that, generally under the guise of Tim, to make this body makeup for the team on set. And then ended up happening going into Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter. So I did a lot of work on that. There's a bunch of witches. There's a big giant troll in that I kind of helped paint. It was me, Neil Wynn, and Tim Gore. So what ended up happening is now I'm in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to work in shops. And then I get a job on, I worked for a company called Frontline Designs who did a lot of Sam Raimi stuff. He did all the Spider-Man suits. And I got into this kind of like specialty costume kind of thing, because superhero genre was really coming up. And I started working on Man of Steel, and I painted a lot of stuff that Henry Cavill wore, right? All the practical stuff that he wore.
The suit.
Yeah. I was doing a lot of paint work on that. And as far as there's a lot of digital suit work in that movie, but there is a ton of practical work on that. We painted over 40 suits.
All right, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you like 3 questions.
Sure.
So, first of all, before I have one question, I want to jump back to a little bit from some of the stories you explained when you were doing the beauty stuff. But real quick, what did you ever have a moment hit you when you're painting Superman's outfit that you're like, I'm fucking painting Superman's outfit?
100%.
Like
100%.
the iconic piece.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of that. I've had the honor, and I do it with a great amount of humility and gratitude when I work on kind of classic characters that are being reimagined. A lot, but I'm definitely a worker among workers, and it is a big collaborative process. And there is a team of artists that are always doing it. It is never one person doing anything at any time, right? You have mold makers.
That's the way with all aspects of film.
And that's where the collaborative effort is. But I mean, it was really fun, and I didn't know that I was going to be on that show for as long as I was. So that to that date, that was the longest production run that I had on a shop, right? Because it was always kind of come in, because I'm a painter by trade. So I generally work at the ass end of a build, right? Because we're usually
it's all together at that point.
All together,
Just
we're
gotta finish it.
yeah, we're doing all the finishing work. And what ended up happening is I said, I'm in shops again, and I don't want to be here. And I started kind of looking to do more on-set stuff here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just a worker in the makeup department. Responsibilities primarily are for taking care of first team, doubles, stunts, splinter unit, second unit. I mean, whatever you need, pretty much.
And that goes from regular makeup to special effects makeup to
You're right. I'm kind of an outlier in that sense, and we can get a little more into that. And I know that the show is kind of geared towards people that are interested in kind of getting into the film industry.
Right.
And I can talk about some of my experiences and how they've helped me stay employed as a makeup artist in the film industry.
Actually, a lot of the scenes between me and Alex were improvised.
Really?
That scene where me and him, where I go off and I grab him and I smack him and I tell him.
That was improvised?
The whole scene from the car.
God damn.
From the car until us
Shout
leaving.
the fuck out, bro. Good job.
It was us improvising the whole thing because we did it a couple of times following the script mainly, and then Pete, he would just come up to me, he's like, I want that coming from the gut. I want to see it in your eyes. I want it to come, let it all out. Nothing too fancy, you know what I'm saying? But somehow the way he talked to you, he would get that energy and he would give it off to you, so you could, you know what I'm saying, get pumped by it. So we improvised the whole scene. Actually, in one of the cuts, when I throw him in the car, I slammed the door too quick, so it was against his leg. So we had to take a break for 10 minutes because it was hurting so much. And then we did it again. And the slap, everything was unscripted. It was not in the script. It just happened that way. So and he loved that, man. Pete loves that shit, man. You know, he trusts you, and then at the same time you gain that trust back with the director. And if you could work in an environment like that, and everybody else on the set, oh my God, was so committed. J.K. Simmons, one of the most incredible actors I've ever witnessed.
OG vet.
Absolutely. So this guy, right, who's he's incredible, winning an Oscar for Whiplash. So much respect from everybody. We're on the set, and I've met him before, so we had a brief chat, whatever. It was very nice. Very, very, very humble guy, very generous and talking to people and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is I'm doing the scene now with him at the end where when we have the shootout. So suddenly we're doing the makeup and I feel a tap and I look and it's J.K. Simmons. He's like, hey, can I just pitch you an idea for a second? So this is J.K. Simmons coming to me and pitching me an idea?
No, I don't have time for that. Oscar award-winning J.K. Simmons.
Yes, absolutely. So he's like, look, I was talking to the real cop that he's portraying, and he said when they were shooting at each other, they both had 12 or 8 bullets, and both of them ran out of bullets at the same time.
Oh shit!
At the same time, and my character, he threw the gun at him. So this was, no one knew.
This is factual that happened in real life.
Yeah, and it eventually made the cut because he told me, and I'm like,
you guys did such a great job with this movie.
So, yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like when you work in that environment, it's just, oh man, it's I'm blessed, man, and all that hard work really paid off.
Dream gig.
Now, one time, didn't you go to a festival like Vermont or something? You guys stayed in a haunted house?
Yes.
Yeah, ITV Fest.
Yeah. ITV Fest.
Now, what was this haunted house story? I heard about this story. They said these guys were running around like scared children.
Oh, dude, we all slept in the same. We put all the couches together. We all had our own bedrooms.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, we put all the couches together. We all slept in the same room, snuggled up together. That's how scared we were, dude. It was ridiculous.
Both adorable and frightening at the same time.
Describe one of the hauntings. We need to know.
Well, that's the thing. Like we looked it up online. Apparently, the place was an old hospital, like an old children's hospital. And then we broke into the back area of the house, and there were all these old little hospital rooms with creepy kids' drawings on the walls and shit. Yeah,
it's an Airbnb.
Yes.
An old tuberculosis hospital converted to an Airbnb.
That's crazy.
And the other thing was everyone, there were only 2 bars in the place, in the little town. And everyone was like, oh, you're staying there? Oh, that place is haunted. Like everyone confirmed it. We're like, fuck. And then, so the other 2 guys, Rob, who was the director for Metal Detector, he was with me. That was the year that I won for that. Yeah. And those fuckers drop us off, drive down the street, get out of the car, and come running up and sneak in, break into the back of the house while we have no idea. We're just home chilling, and we're sitting there talking, watching a movie, and all of a sudden we're like, "Did you hear that?" And then we kept hearing something, and then we heard someone running upstairs down the hallway. We lost our shit. I mean, that was it. And at the same time, his buddy was downstairs waiting. So he starts banging on the window. So now we run the other direction. And then finally, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out of here. And so I go out and I get on the phone. And keep in mind, I'm also calling Rob to make sure. At one point, we're like, they're fucking with us. They're totally fucking with us. So I'm calling Rob, and Rob's is all like, oh, no, I'm in bed, man. Like, trying to play it off.
He's like in a closet upstairs.
And then finally, I'm out in the front yard, and I call Rob. I'm like, you better be fucking with us. This better fucking be you. And then he can tell I was about to lose my shit. And he comes running out. Ah! And I'm like, motherfucker. Y'all
said something else like real kind of happened after that or something, or no? Or
that's Neil.
Oh yeah.
That's Neil seeing some stuff.
Yeah, he said he's seen some crazy stuff.
And he even has a whole video. He's filmed like a majority of that because we were already fucking around with this camera, and he has all that happening on the camera.
Does he have footage of like orbs or like an apparition or something?
He's got footage of it.
A couple clips.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did a movie with, they're bringing back I Got the Hookup with Master P.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And so I'm the button in the end of the second one, and they're shooting a third one in the next month or so that I'll be in throughout.
Wait, I Got the Hookup 3? Oh, so he's really serious. Is the because what was it? The Fat Boy C and somebody else was like the main stars or something?
I had a scene with Mike Epps, and what the greatest thing about it is I play the toe-sucking bandit. So I'm like the token white guy of any black comedy, and I break into houses and steal jewelry and cash, and if someone happens to be sleeping in the bed, which is like this, it was this beautiful Dominican model.
Yeah,
Rosa Acosta is her name, and I can't help myself, and I have to suck on them toes. So I got that going on. Big news is our show Pros of Cons.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. We signed with a showrunner for 6 months.
Now explain to the average person in Idaho what a showrunner is.
So basically, we have brought them on to sell our show. That's what they do. That's their job. That's their shit. And they get us in the door. We have meetings with Netflix. We're getting meetings with Comedy Central, TBS, Hulu's, all the fucking shit.
Yeah.
So let's bring it back and talk about pros and cons a little bit, because I want to give a shout out that you guys, Mike Hermosa, Lauren Bullock, and yourself were our inaugural first guests ever on this show.
That's right. Thanks for
over a year ago, by the way, and thank you for that. I would direct our listeners to go view that episode, but tragically it was lost in the California fires. So it is not. The video and the audio is not available currently. That's why we have to have all you guys back on.
So now we just have to shout out Hermosa. And
yes. And is there social for the show, like social media?
Pros and Cons on Instagram, right?
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
It's the Pros of Cons on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's the Pros of Cons.
The Pros of Cons on Instagram.
I remember
very
that
funny pilot.
Yeah, hilarious. Explain, give people a pitch. So what's the show about?
Well, basically, it's it's myself, Richard Reel, Chloe. God, I can't think of her last name right now. And Michael Bashimi.
Yes.
And I play one of those assholes that gets up in his dad's apartment building that his dad owns. So I basically don't ever pay my rent. And I go out and dress up as a homeless man and panhandle.
For income.
For income, yeah.
Yeah.
Those
For
people
rent.
do exist.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
and it's fun though because I also take a one-eyed dog around with me and we do street shows.
The cutest one-eyed dog
yeah.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
You'd
by
never
the
even
way.
know it was missing an eye.
Right.
Where did you start when you got out here? Did you have contacts? Did you...
I came out with and keep in mind they filmed a lot in Charleston and in Wilmington. Like I'm even in some Dawson Creek episodes.
Nice.
Hilarious.
Nice.
And I worked at Screen Gems as a security guard. I'll tell you a funny story, actually. I got fired personally from what's his name?
It's real memorable.
I know.
Apparently.
The guy that owns Screen Gems, his father was a famous director. And the point is, I was a security guard and I had like 3 jobs because I won that damn car, remember? And so I worked the 12 to 8 in the morning shift. And so to stay awake, and they gave me the keys to everything.
Yeah.
And they were filming Muppets in Space during this time. And so I get in my golf cart, go and get Kermit, Miss Piggy, and Gonzo, put them in my cart, cruise over to the spaceship set.
Yeah.
And we sit up in the spaceship and get high as fuck. High as fuck. And I'm all like, Kermit, man, you got to lay off Piggy like that, man.
Oh, my
like,
God.
This whole fucking night.
I'm so jealous.
And then I put him back in the cart and put him away because, you know, puppeteers, they're fucking crazy. And so, I have the keys to everything. So I go into the guy's, why can't I remember his name? If you look up Screen Gems, it'll tell you who owned it. But I go into his office and I put my headshot in every drawer in his desk. and I get called the next day and they're like, you need to come in, please.
Uh-oh.
And I come in and it's him and he goes, I just had to fire you personally. And he goes, it's not about the ones in the desk, but you put them in the paper towel dispenser and I cut my finger on one of the damn staples. Because this is when you stapled your resume to the back of your headshot. This is old school.
Yeah.
And he goes, now come with me. And he walks me right next door to the Fincannon Associates who do all the casting. And they go, Mark Fincannon, come out here. This is the guy you need to meet. And he comes out and he goes, Kevin DeWitt. Yeah, because I go by there once a week with a FedEx envelope with my headshot and resume and run in frantically like, oh my God, I don't want to lose my job. This has to go to Mark right away. Once a week, like the 3 years I was out there. And it's a pretty good story, right?
Great story.
Oh, Frank Capra. Yeah, Frank Capra Jr.
Big
fired
name.
me personally.
Big name. That's an honor.
Yeah.
What is that festival process like, Mr. I'm the youngest producer to ever debut 2 features at Sundance in a single year?
Forbes 30 under 30 Eric Fleischman.
Yeah.
Right?
Can you guys all be my publicists? Collectively be my publicists?
Yeah, hype team.
What was the question?
So what is the festival process like? Because you submit, like, once you're accepted and premiering it there for the young filmmaker who's never been to a festival, let's say their film gets accepted.
Sure,
What
sure.
do you expect? Like,
So it's having gone to film festivals without films than with films. You know, you obviously realize how you should only go with films because it's like you're either a spectator or you're like treated like royalty. It's a real difference. So for like Sundance, you know, we've had films at Sundance and South by and Tribeca. Sundance is my favorite film festival in general, just because it's very small, not in terms of amount of people, but in terms of scope, right? It just exists on Main Street in Park City. It's like a mile. It's like a strip of land in the middle of the fucking like Valley of Death, snow, and everyone is there, right? It's supposed to like South by and is in Austin is just the whole city, right? Tribeca in New York is the whole city. TIFF in Toronto is the whole city. It's not like you don't get a sense for like, oh, you could like, I could go and walk down the street and go to a play. Sundance, it's just the film festival, right? There's nothing else there besides that. And so, you know, when you have a film in, as soon as you get a film in, you have to immediately hire a publicist, right? You have to hire a publicist for your movie. And the publicist gets to work immediately. You're dealing with logistics with the programmers. You have 120 people from the film that all want to come, and you only get 30 tickets. So you're dealing with tickets and logistics, and you're dealing with the press for the film, how to strategize it. The sales team is involved in the press as well because they're trying to give it the best positioning they can. And sort of this, and it's so exciting, and it all accumulates to finally getting there. And it's very much, a producer's job is to produce at the festival. So your job is to organize. I mean, literally, when we were at Sundance, I had to organize everything from every single meal for every single film. Okay, where are we going for dinner this night? This movie's okay tonight. Carnage Park group is going to go to this restaurant at this time, and then from there we have an event for Slut. So like your calendar is just packed. And so during the days of the festival, leading up to the premiere time, you are running around up and down the street with your cast and your filmmaker, going to all these different interviews with the publicist. It's like you're kind of like almost like you're their publicist. You're watching. You're sitting in the corner. Don't say that. Or like talk about this. I think this works last time. Because what's happening is at a film festival, all the buyers are looking at you. They're looking at you, and they're looking at all the other available properties that they can buy. And they're looking at the interviews. They're listening to the radio podcasts. They're watching TV stuff. They're reading about it in the press. Whatever it is, and it's informing their decisions on will they want to buy your movie and for how much they want to buy your movie for. And so that all accumulates to the premiere. You're trying to pack that house, in Sundance, in the biggest theater, I think it's like 500, 650 people. It's like they're really, really massive theaters. Yeah. You want to make sure you're sold out, premiere, after the premiere, if all the buyers are there, sprinkled around. And so you need that premiere to have this electric feeling. People need to be applauding, screaming, clapping, whatever. If your premiere falls flat, buyers will walk out. My year, Swiss Army Man was there. And the famous story during the festival was in the first 30 minutes of the movie, most of the buyers left. And that's typical, right? Yeah. You're a producer sitting in your own theater, and there's 150, 250, 350, 500, 650 people there. You see someone get up, that person's a distributor. Yeah. And that movie's not for them. And it's always like, walk back to sit down in your fucking chair.
Is that why you sit on the top?
You sit in the back, you sit in an aisle, so you can see them. You're like, what's up? What's up? Not for you? Not for you? Okay, cool. Yeah. Don't call me ever again.
Have you ever had like a difficult artist, one of your actors that you're working with was kind of like a dick about the whole promotion process or anything that kind of was difficult to work with at all? With
sure. That? And that's where we're going to end that conversation. The answer is yes, and you know who you are.
All right, shout out to Yo-Yo. Anyway, all right. So we are officially into the Noodle Free Mondays show where we talk about noodly things. It is also Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everybody that's enjoyed their Juneteenth, an extra day off that the government has given us. And also coming fresh off the Father's Day weekend, which is also a happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, good, bad, and otherwise, doing the best they can. All right. So I'm Mr. C. Enforcer. This is Noodle Free Mondays. I also got my guest here with me that's on many of my other shows, and he is known as the Mastodon, aka Volo M. Tautology, the mathematical masochist. What's up with you, sir? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on?
All is good, man. Hey, Yoda falling asleep too.
Yoda, hey, look, Yoda got to chill too. Then, you know what I mean? Yoda got to sleep too.
Yeah. Emo's still here. He right on the side of him. He sleep.
Nice.
And Ziggy, are you awoke?
Yes, I'm here.
And Ziggy's there.
Yeah, Ziggy's
as
there.
always, plotting a murder. And that's what Ziggy does in his free time. So we had Juneteenth today, Father's Day yesterday. How was that?
Father's Day was good, man. Well, we was all in the same house. I went down to the,
we was in the same location. Ain't that good enough?
Yeah, I went to the crib, the old shop, and the original plan was like, I'm gonna chill with you pops, and we're gonna watch the Phillies, and all three of us watch the Phillies together. Yeah, and that turned into him taking control of the TV and playing Pokemon, and then like after he couldn't catch whatever one he couldn't want to catch, he left the room, and I started watching. And next thing you know, I was in the room all by myself. So I might have dozed off a little bit too watching the Phillies. So
shit sounds like a relaxing Father's Day. We know baseball do be boring as fuck. And, you know what I'm saying? It's 5 minutes between. That's why they did do a good thing by adding that pitch clock.
yeah, it makes it go faster.
I think that's great.
It's a strategic game. But you know, the pitch clock is all right. I don't, you know, they trying
was taking too long before. Like, dog, it would literally be. I would go to a game. It would literally be 5 fucking minutes in between every goddamn pitch. The fuck are you doing? He's doing this. He's playing with some shit in the dirt. He's doing this. He's wiping this off. He's shaking off 20 signals. Then there's 4 timeouts. Then the guy at the back calls 3 timeouts. Like, motherfucker, come on.
Yeah.
And so I think it was a great idea to do because that was the only reason I didn't watch baseball. And I'm sure baseball is a lot more watchable now because you're guaranteed something every certain amount of seconds.
Yeah. It's a lot faster. When it got strategic, when it gets strategic though, I can see where not Nolan, I gotta look up the pitcher name. The other Phillies pitcher, he almost had a no-hitter a couple games ago. And I think that pitch clock kind of like he needed an extra breath one pitch. Yeah. So no-hitters is gonna be rarer than ever now, but
yeah,
you know. It was exciting to watch though.
Oh, there you go. All right, so did they win?
They on a win streak, but we supposed to be holding off on those things till Wednesday, right? Today is philosophical, psychological, epistemological talk or whatever.
I don't know. It's just noodles. Right, stupid. That's the thing. A noodle of the week this week is Tyrese. He's going through some parenting court issues, so you know he be a simp. He like one of those, you know, baby face. Soon as I get home from work, niggas, and now he on that man. These bitches. It's like hold up. So that's some noodle shit to me. How you gonna go from as soon as I get home from work, housekeeper, to these bitches? I find that very interesting.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like I be wanting to talk about my life more than, but I'm just like, nah, I'm just going to, you know, enjoy it and play a little Zelda in between the chaos and craziness that's going on.
Yeah.
I'd be like Kevin Samuels on this thing and everybody think I'm the bad guy and shit.
Yeah. Well, you know, thinking of it, even though, you know, you felt like your Father's Day wasn't the perfect thing. There was some other guy I just saw on the news, and on Father's Day, he went out to work on his cabin, and he got attacked and ate by a bear. He was 66. So I figure whatever happened on Father's Day, as long as you don't get ate by a bear, it's pretty cool.
On Facebook, you know, I mean, that's my social media. Shout out to a man Killer from Kutztown, one of my old, you know, alumni. He finally, like, you know, he's one of the guys that pop on Facebook and then don't share nothing for months. Mm-hmm. So I think prior to this one, he shared a thing, something in January or something, and he just popped on. Was like, I had to work today. Picture of him and his 2 sons sitting there eating dinner together, and he got like, you know, 60 likes and 100 comments. You know what I mean? Just from popping onto there, where I'll be analyzing the space-time continuum in this, and I don't get a like.
Can't get one, bro. Dog, let me tell you something. Now, this is some noodle shit to talk about right here. Is the people who do nothing on the internet seem to get a lot of likes, response, sharing, comments. But people that are actually putting in effort, trying to do something, trying to expand something, trying to liberate, trying to start a business, trying to start their music or video or film career or comedy, you got to beg people for one like. But let somebody put up a picture of them just like a dinner, or a picture of them in like a dress going out on a date, or 250 likes. Oh man, yeah, I went to McDonald's today, 80 likes. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
That's some motherfucking noodle shit. Scroll right by your shit. Oh, I'm doing some shit. I'm doing something. I'm trying to do something. All right, yeah, fuck that. Oh, such and such had salmon. 275 likes and 48 comments. I like salmon too. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah. So I'm gonna start doing some of those posts too. I've been taking pictures of the like little meals I've been making, trying to cut back on.
Part of social media is that too. Like, even with my social media, sometimes having aspects of your regular social life is fine. But me, I don't have kids. I don't have a wife or anything. I'm single. So my social life experience is like, I actually got to get up and go out there. So there isn't much happening in here that, if I'm not live streaming it already, right? There isn't much else happening in this apartment that I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here laying on my ass playing John Madden and watching YouTube.
100 likes.
Right? 100 likes. Man, I might put that shit up just to see what the fuck happened. Man, I get anything more than 3 likes, I might just delete all my social media and move to the fucking woods, nigga. Like, fuck these niggas. Fuck these niggas.
Yeah, that's how it's a rough life out here, And you know me, I'm trying to put it all together. Like I'll make a nice little meme, and then I'll think about some cool thing, how I really want to express myself, and and it's like scroll right past it, like
right past it, right past it. And then what happens is, after a while, the algorithm starts to intentionally not show people your stuff.
Yeah.
So one of the ways I try to kind of get around it is, what I'll do is, even if I'm not hopping on to post, when I get a chance, because I'm social media at I skip like 2, 3, 5 days at a time now. But before, I used to get on once a day, and even if I wasn't posting anything, I would get on and I would just scroll the page for about 20 or 30 posts. And anybody I knew as a friend, family member, musical attached, anybody I basically knew, I hit like, share, and or maybe commented with, depending on the level of it, right? I just do that I just sit there for like 40 minutes just doing that. And a lot of times that will sometimes kind of bring people back to your page, because sometimes people are like, damn, I ain't seen nothing from this person in a minute. So I'm like, damn, let me see what's going on. I'm like, damn, I done missed 400 posts.
Yeah.
So it helps, but you're talking just a couple of people. It's not really productive for like a lot of people. But it's something I was like, well, if I keep myself ingratiated, and I know the algorithm might not be showing me, because once they scroll past your shit 2, 3, 4 times over a couple of months, the algorithm don't even show them the shit no more.
Yeah.
So they won't even know about your other posts, and the only people that see, that's why you notice the same people always like your posts and comment on your posts, but it only comes from, they almost got to make an intentional effort at least one time to come to your page and view your shit and be active on it. Then the algorithm will consistently send them stuff, and all they got to do to keep it coming to them is just hit like and keep scrolling. Even if you don't care about it, just hit like and keep scrolling so you can see my next one. And people don't know that. You know what I mean? They think everything is just top down. They think if they're not seeing nothing, there's nothing posted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they think if they're seeing something, then that must be posted. And that's just, you know what I mean? That's the way it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like give motherfuckers credit for the algorithm showing them love.
I love it.
And most people also don't know, most of their social medias, most people don't have most recent as the most posts. Because a lot of times, if you got heavy posters, if you pick most recent, you'll look up and somebody have like 5, 10 posts in a row. That should get annoying. So what you pick is like most popular, most relative. And so basically everybody's shit is damn near set like that now. Because you get a more diverse set of posts, but it also leaves it up to them to decide what you see.
Yeah, I've been playing the game on it and looking at the statistics on it, and but I'm mostly Facebook. I just like it because it does everything all the other ones do.
Oh, yeah, Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very versatile programs.
My reels have been getting a lot of views.
Oh yeah, the shorts and reels on basically any platform, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok is up and down because that's the entire platform pretty much. But on other platforms that are normally long content platforms or alternate content, yeah, they're really pushing the reels and the shorts on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I get 3 to 5, I maybe even 10 times as many views on a reel than I would ever get on a regular post.
Yeah.
And sometimes the reels will go semi-viral. You know what I mean? It won't be nothing crazy like 10 million or 50,000 or 10,000, but it'll be like 2,000 views, 3,000 views in a week, couple of days. I'm like, damn. Or I'll get like 2,000 views in a day, and then after that, the views will just kind of stagger. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Should I be getting 2,000 more views tomorrow? It's like, I don't know, I'm good, but I guess you got to keep having videos to get the views, and that's where social media posting becomes like what one of the homies said. It almost becomes like a religion, where if you don't get up and pray like Islam or Christianity at certain times of the week, you won't be rewarded. You know?
Yeah.
So it's pretty damn deep and whatnot. But that's the noodle life. That's how it is and whatnot. So that's another good thing. Anything else in your wrap up from the Juneteenth? Did you do anything for your Juneteenth holiday?
I'm not anti anything really. You know what I'm saying? I'm the tautologist, so I'm trying to express the difference between not and anti. But Juneteenth is it's like Christmas to me. Like yesterday was the celebration. Today it's just weird because when they first announced it, was that 2020?
Yeah, like a year, like 1 or 2 years ago, right during and before, during. It was like right as Joe got in. It was the one thing he wanted to claim he did something for niggas.
So he did it, huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it might have been Trump.
Nah. It was like the first one. It was like the first and only thing. Like
okay, so it was 20.
It's like one of his first 100 days type things.
So it was 2021. It was the last time. Yeah. So 2021, we went to Virginia, and the old country, amusement park. So we was on Virginia Beach, and we was down there for Juneteenth, and this lady came up to us, me, my baby mom and my son, and was like, "Happy Juneteenth," and it was just weird as shit. Like who the fuck are you, and what the fuck is that, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? But to now. Expressing with him, I'm more so still trying to embed Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Kwame Ture in his head, and then like I'm really kind of waiting till high school to get into Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, and Carter G. Woodson. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do it as triads.
I don't know. Me low key, I will go the opposite direction. Those guys are economic, almost black capitalist focused guys. I think it's better to teach a kid that at a young age where their mind is at that explosive, absorbent, sponge-like, expansive moment. Dog, once we get 16, 17, 20, 25, becoming a businessman is hard, bro. It's easy. You could become a revolutionary at 78. You get what I'm saying? You can decide to bust ahead at 78, no problem. But what you can't do after 70 years of being just a worker and I don't do that business shit, I'm going to get up and run a bank now, nigga. Not going to happen.
I hear you.
I mean, as a piece of advice, don't be scared to give him those economical guys too, because those guys are the real guys that'll actually make him successful. Sad to say, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, even these Kwame Ture, these are the feel-good heroes, right? These are the Superman and Iron Man and Aquaman. I just saw Flash last night, by the way, for the bitch. It was the shit. Oh, God, it was the shit. It was the shit.
40X made that movie good.
Dog, I'm telling you, dog, it made that movie outstanding. And I like how they kind of, they did the multiverse thing, and I like how they kind of flipped it because he went back, he tried to. Did you see it?
No, I ain't say it, but you can rap about it. I'm DVD in that
well,
one.
basically, he did the same thing that all speed time travelers do. What do all speed time travelers who have control of their powers eventually do at some point in their career that's going to go bad?
Yeah, go fuck something up.
Exactly. But how do they go fuck something up? What is the intention at the time they fuck something up?
Correcting something they thought was wrong.
Exactly. And that's basically the concept of the movie. And shit gets all wild and goes multiple levels. But the kind of dope shit about it is as he's flipping through the universes, the Batman are changing. So Ben Affleck, Michael Douglas, and George Clooney are all in it as Batman.
Oh, so okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of hard from that perspective. And I guess, just to give, of course, all movies, what's the solution at the end of a movie like this for a time traveler who has control of time?
You lost me on this one. Because my question was...
For a time travel movie, you go back and you mess something up trying to fix something, right?
Uh-huh.
2 hours later, it's time for the end of the movie and everything to be fixed. What do you have to do, time traveler?
Go back forward in time? I'm lost.
You go back and do what?
Oh, fix what you did in the first place or something.
Exactly. So it's basically that concept of a movie, but since he had to go back to fix it, his slight interaction during the fix still made the corrected universe a little different.
Yeah.
So because of that one interaction he had, even though he fixed it back the way it was supposed to be, it's technically a new universe now.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that's kind of deep and dope. So it was good from that perspective, but let me, just like any other movie, all these movies is the same, called Paging Dr. Umar. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paging Dr. motherfucking Umar.
The TV show touches on that a little bit. The Flash TV show.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
It's been a while since I watched it, and I missed a lot of episodes.
Well, so what? You said it touched on something, right?
It touched on it a little bit, like because he would do the same kind of things, go back and try to save his mom. That's always been a running story ever since.
That's what this movie is about.
Yeah, that's what the original comic was about. Flashpoint, whatever the Flashpoint series. Now there is a cartoon movie, and it's real good. I mean, even Wonder Woman comes out to be real gangster from my memory of it. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, she shows up in there for a second.
Yeah, but I mean, she in the cartoon
and I wouldn't be
version,
surprised if it goes to the next movie. She's probably going to be a different woman.
Oh, for the next. Okay. You talking about when they redo the DCU or whatever?
If they do another Flash after this.
Okay.
Batman is already different. I mean, I guess I'll blow that. It was George Clooney, and it's the last one, whatever, right? But Michael Douglas is like the star one, and Ben Affleck is like the intro one, right? So the next movie, they do another Flash. Now that he's fixed things, if there's a new Batman, that means either Superman or the same thing happened when he went back in time. Things changed with Superman and Supergirl and all that. And there's a whole thing about, Kal-El didn't make it. Look, I don't know. Do you want to see it?
I'll watch it when it comes on DVD, man. I'm not going to the theater.
All right. Well, I won't tell you all the good spoilers then.
All right. Oh, I've been kind of hearing it.
Oh, they had this one crazy ass scene, dog. They fell out of building, right? And there were 30 babies free falling from a skyscraper, and he had to save them. Nigga, I'm talking about flying in the air. You know that they're doing slow motion, so the baby's like bumping into a dog, and he can't move a human really fast because it'll make him sick, make him throw up. He could break a bone. So when he moves you at high speed, he's kind of just gotta lightly touch you. So he has to do all this light touching So it was a great movie. It was really good and whatnot. You know, especially 40X. You know what I mean? Things rocking all over the guy. And now that Indiana Jones is coming out, you know how they got that beginning video? You might have seen it when you went. It's like a guy and a girl. They get kidnapped before the movie starts to kind of show you how the chair works.
Uh-huh.
Did they show that to you, the one you went to?
Yeah.
That's gone now. It's Indiana Jones now.
Okay.
So they use that as the oh, you're in 40X. This is how 40X is lit, you know. That's the new thing. So instead of that guy and that girl, it's actually a movie. You know what I mean? So that's pretty dope and whatnot, even before the film. But it was good and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I said, paging Dr. Umar. There's a little of that going on and whatnot. But every show has that now. You know, it's the white Latino with the black girl. That's how it always works, right? It's the same. I don't know what movie I saw the other day too. It was the same way. I don't know. It's Transformers, same thing. Paige and Dr. Umar out this bitch. The Latino Asian white guy with the sister. Every time. They don't even go with the dorky white dude no more. Like dorky white dudes aren't good enough. Nah, you gotta be like white Latino, or like you gotta be like the dude that's playing motherfucking The Flash. What the fuck is he?
I don't know.
His mom is like a Puerto Rican and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's...
Yes, papi, it's go right in the bar. His mom is like an Italian Puerto Rican. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? And his dad is like, I don't know, like some famous white dude. He's like a famous white dude.
Yeah.
But he's like, you don't know what he is. Is he Italian? Is he white? Is he... What is he? You know what I mean? Like they it's like the universal Caucasian with the sister is always the same matchup. And when they don't even go black guy, white girl anymore.
Nah.
New black guy is an Indian.
Yeah. It's straight up black, straight up white, straight up white is that's racist now, man.
Yeah, they'll do that shit. More like, for example, the July 4th movie with Will Smith, and he had Vivica Fox or whoever it was his chick.
Yeah.
That would have been a white girl nowadays.
Yeah.
Or no. It'd have been a Latina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd have been a tough ass Latina. Some J-Lo type, I'll punch my husband, bitch.
Yep. That's what they doing now. I remember and I was mad at him when he said that. Was Childish Gambino, Glover. They was interviewing him like he because he dates white girls, and he was like, I can't date a black girl because then that would be racist. Like he said it, and I was like, yo, I don't think that was tongue in cheek when he said it.
Yeah, well, paging Dr. Umar.
Like he actually believed that. Like, and it's like, yo, y'all bugging right now, So it's the world we live in, man. That's why my man Sergeant Willie P too hard hitting for the world.
Sergeant Willie P, and it's a shame. Even though he recently, just a month ago, finally started putting up his Cash App. People actually sending him money. He's finally getting a reap on the road because he was, you know how old niggas are. I ain't doing that. I ain't going out. I ain't going at that little young punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't doing no Cash App. I ain't asking for no scrabble. Come on, that's right.
Yeah.
You should give me money anyway, right? But if you actually put it out there, he said the first day he put it out there, he said he had went to the gas station and like the store to get something to eat. He said in the hour he was there, he got enough money to pay for everything, a full tank of gas, with gas prices are how they are. And he's in Philly, New Jersey, and all the food he wanted to buy. He's like, shit. And he was like, yo, and he called himself like, he said he's a 304 for the day. Like he one of the hoes and shit, getting niggas in the Cash Apps. He's like, damn, I used to be hard on these chicks, but I kind of get it. In an hour and a half, just by putting something up online without even talking to nobody, you got $100 to play with.
Yeah.
Like that. He's like, so now he always puts this shit up. So he's finally kind of getting it now, but also he's one of those guys that he's on that I'm too stubborn for TV. All the time he's been doing it, and I don't think he's a broke guy. I've never heard him talk about money problems or saving for something. He's ex-military. I don't know if he's one of the disabled guys too, and he has that check coming. And he's been doing YouTube for a long time. He's still got a decent amount of followers and stuff, so I'm sure he might get a 400 or 500 or something a month. You know, a YouTube check. You know, it ain't nothing to pay the bills with, but it's probably a little something extra, right?
Yeah.
But he never got the camera. He doesn't get on camera. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to, you know, he'll call into some shows, he'll debate it, but it's not like part of his career. Like he doesn't go to the shows to debate with niggas to get them to come back to his channel. He just goes to the shows to debate with niggas to actually like try to get a solution.
Yeah.
Not happening. Nah.
His latest video was genius, man. It was
all his videos be the shit, and he be tripping. He's silly as fuck.
Yeah. He released one today that was genius. I listened to the whole thing. It was like, yo, man, this brother.
I probably listened to it.
Yeah.
I probably listened to it.
And of course, he no solutions, but that's the same problem we having. Like, we got solutions, but y'all ain't really ready for these solutions.
Yeah, because everybody wants to pick apart the solution. Is like, because one thing I learned about life, and this is some, you know, Volo M tautology shit, is 3 is the magic number of the universe.
Yeah.
All problems, all issues, all circumstances can be handled by breaking them into a 3-tier circumstance. For example, in my presidential run, every problem I've addressed, which I can address any problem in the universe that your president can't, I take a 3-tier approach to it. Government, personal, and then like there's another one I do it like a social one. So I make it 3 different levels. Like you can't just fix one problem by just doing one thing. You got to do this, and this.
Yep.
Problem fixed. You know what I mean? You in life, you got the angel, you got the devil, and then you have your decision. The id, the ego, and the super ego. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? This is a very important situation. So it really taught me a lot. And it's hard for me to explain to people because like they want a 1-tier solution for everything. They want a 1-tier fix. They're like, yo, how you be healthy? I was like, well, you got to stay physically active. And you got to make sure you eat healthy food at least 6 days a week. Keep yourself flushed out. Make sure you drain your body out when you know you put something bad. And you got to make sure you keep peace in your life. These are 3 completely different levels of existence.
Yep.
You can't just eat healthy. You can't just work out. You can't just not have your mind at peace. All 3 are required for the productivity of circumstance. And that's some VMT shit, mathematics bitch. All about the 3. Go ahead.
Great job, man. I'm you know, man, I watched some of our video from Saturday, and I had a great time doing that. But I'm listening to it, and it's like I could have been way more prepared, and et cetera, et cetera. But when I do that, I keep it as basic as possible. When you're dealing with going from 1 to 2, it's like, all right, now you're ready to introduce that 3rd concept or 3rd idea to really, you know, make it 3-dimensional, to make it sum it all together, to say, all right, now this is how we're going to fix it. That solution set, and that's when you start losing people, because now you're talking about, you know, mental, physical, and now you're talking about that spiritual aspect, and then that's when you start losing cats.
Well, yeah, I mean, even much as I love Sarge, he has that issue too. He's a 1-tier, 2-tier solutionist. Tommy Sotomayor was one, and basically these guys are of the mentality that my solution to fixing a problem is telling you about the problem, and then for you to just simply stop doing it.
Yeah.
The way to fix it is to stop doing it. That's their solution. I'm like, nah. The way to fix it is we got to bring back manufacturing, and we might have to start our own new product as an American company, because no manufacturer may come back to give people jobs. We may have to put competition in the market and make our own shit and whatnot. And you may do a capitalist government kind of thing. You're still an independent company. You still let everybody else compete, But you're the government. You can get all the stuff cheaper. You can sell it cheaper. You can make it untaxed and whatnot. And you can make duplicates of cell phones, cars, TVs. We have the best scientists, the best technology, according to the 8 lying presidents I've seen. We got the best workers in the world, right? Richest country in the history of the world's ever seen. Most powerful country, most technology advanced country in the world's ever seen. We don't need companies to make us up. Our government gives these companies things so they can make them. Okay, look, we've had cell phones since 1922. You guys can have them. Oh, yeah. We've been communicating through Starlink internet since, 76. You guys can do it in 98. Oh, yeah. We got these army, AI things we've been using, since the 85 for our Star Wars program. You can have ChatGPT. Oh, you got these electric cars. Yeah, they run on energy. Oh, solar powered homes, all that. Yeah. Well, we have spaceships. You know what I mean? Like, we got it anyway. So it's as simple as that. But nobody wants to deal with that. They want to be like, oh no, what the government has to do is give tax breaks and make businesses come back and do this and know that. Them niggas would just be like, no. And what you gonna do after they say no? Like, no, we're not gonna come back. How about that? And then now what happens is you have your little plan, you make all your changes, and this was screwed Trump over when he went into his trade battle. He raised all the prices and changed stuff, but he had no internal backup plan here to counteract if the companies wouldn't come back or pay. And that's, once again, this is my multi-tier thing. He did tier 1. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get no tariff war with China and raise this, that, and the third. Where's his tier 2 and tier 3? He didn't stress Americans or rich people to start businesses here or start new companies to compete. And he didn't decide to do something where the government makes their own thing. Because what did he leave out? He did the social, whatever you want to call it, but he forgot to do the government job and the personal job. Or should I say, no, he forgot to do, the personal job was making people start businesses, and then the government job would have been to start our own shit. But he did the social job of doing this overall thing. So there's a perfect example of how, if he'd have used 3 tiers, Donald Trump could have been successful in his trade war with China, which I have a fantastic plan, and I also think me and Xi Jinping will be great friends. That's a whole nother conversation. Go to Nino Hai. I don't even know how to speak with Mandarin in Chinese, but Nino Hai, nigga. I don't even know what that. I don't even think that means anything. I think I probably called his mom a pig just now. But we'll deal with that after I get canceled. So that's pretty good and whatnot. And we got paid. Now we was talking about paying doctor. We talking about movie things. Now recently, my little BS video and stuff I've been working on finally came out and whatnot. It's on Vivo and Tidal right now, and the songs are supposed to come out. But sometimes if you don't give them a week to put your song up, it's not. So the songs are supposed to be out on all the stuff late, but I haven't gotten the emails yet that said I'm live on that. But they did say my video was up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how I'm like. Now, what should I go to? Should I go to the Tidal video or the Vivo video, Volo? What say you?
The Tidal, I don't have a thing with Tidal, so I couldn't see that whole one. I seen the whole thing on Vivo though.
You are correct. I did also go to the Tidal, and I do remember that being a problem. Good point. So let's see. So we go to the streaming thing, and we just simply are going to type in paging Dr. Umar Natural Girl and hit enter. And already the top suggestions, because all you have to do is type my stuff in. I am always the top suggestion. And this is my little Vivo that they put up for my little program thing I got set up. So that was pretty cool. And let me close this and share that. And we will play this and then get into our next segment of the show. And you guys can Google the name of this song and find it on Spotify and all the other sites when my internet DistroKid distributors stopped jerking me off. But they did really good with the video. So let's check it.
We do politics over Punani. We do education over ecstasy. We do
Shout out to Dr. Umar.
linguistic N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. Hey.
From the skinny to the biggie, ain't no plastic in the body. Keep that trash away from kitty. Like my ladies green the way that nature made them. Curly hair the nation, chocolate fragmentation. We like the ladies, Liddy, flavor basket, Robin, skinny waisted. Don't get it wrong, we even take them yellow, brown, Caucasian. Patron Dr. Umar, ain't no bunny hopping. Too far. The natural greens come in all sizes, dropping stars.
N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural
Like Trump in the house.
Hey.
Body parts soft, clean, jean pillars popping. Tasty water flows, nappy heads steady rocking. Where your man at? Well, I'm here now. All that fear chat, it ain't here now. Protection in the building, family beating, drilling. Cooking for the kids and get me piece of meat and dealing. My trust in council when I get my piece of bigger building. Keep the family diet clean. I need a
N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Wanna get it as clean and no plastic anywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. N-A-T-U-R-A-L. Wanna get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. Hey, we do murder over money, and we do righteousness over your activity. I need a natural girl. A Big Papa African.
All right, there we go. I wish I had some money to pay some big booty women to dance in it. I was actually considering it, but I realized I was gonna have to pay $50 to $100 an hour, and I was gonna need them for like 5 hours. And I was like, yeah, I'm not about to spend $1,000 on this video. No, I don't have any. If I don't have a herd of bitches to dance for me, then fuck these hoes. All right, this is an aspirational song, but the concept of the song is that I wanted to promote it because you know how online now they do those duo and side by side and dances things. Look, my hope as I promote it is that it'll catch on as something that girls that are natural body and want to, pride. Oh, I'm natural and I don't need surgery and I'm the way God made me, and they dance to it and do dance. I even think I'm gonna pay that girl that came up in one of the last videos, Yo Apollinario. I might pay her. She's a dancer. She was on So You Think You Can Dance. And we interviewed her for our show that one time. And she's one of my people's homies. So I can hit her up and I should see if she can, if I can charge her maybe, if she'll charge me, $100, $200, hopefully nothing more than that, probably $5 at worst. But to dance for it because she gets, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30,000 views on her Instagrams.
Wow.
And she's technically famous because people remember, oh, you remember that girl from So You Think You Can Dance? You know that shit, right? Yeah. And she's a dope-ass dancer also. So, I don't know. Well, we'll see how that goes. But, I also taught myself after all these years, don't get your hopes up so much. You may think something you did is so great. You may think it is so perfect and so well planned and so perfectly executed. It's basically like you had a child, right? And you walk it outside and say, oh my God, everybody, look how beautiful this baby is. And people turn around and they look and they're like, little bit kind of ugly. So don't get so crushed. Just be proud of the effort that you put behind it. And like I said, do something that's going to make you last forever. This is going to be on the internet 100 years after I'm dead. If I ever reproduce the $7.87 in my account on most of my different ones, because most of my different ones I got like $7, $5, and $4. That's $7, $5, and $4 through my via social media accounts from the big money I've made from streams. Yep, going to the grandkids. They'll be able to build a life on that. Now, hopefully, 100 years from now, and I get some other success, that'll be huge amounts of money. But the concept is, put the bricks down to the base of the building. You can't make a building or a castle until you lay down the boring base. There's nothing fun about laying the base or the concrete or the bricks at the bottom that nobody will ever see. But it is the most important part of the building. Excellent. So there we are with that. All right. So what's next on topics? You got any topics out there, Rolo?
Well, I'm moving along. I'm still at the basis of subtraction negatives to get addition, the logical equivalence. Trying to move forward to non-contradiction. The talk, like I said, the talk Saturday we had was genius. I wanted to get more in depth, but at the same time simplify it even more so. When talking about software and hardware and trying to just compare it to the basic ideology of mental and physical, where software is just the mental aspect of it and hardware is the physical aspect of it.
Exactly.
It's after that where you start getting into trouble. Like I shared a video with of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he'll be one of our tech talks somewhere one day.
That's my guy.
He said something real interesting in talking about 93% of the elite scientific minds are atheists, whereas 7% is believes in God.
Yeah.
So and that 7% is more in line of what I've been calculating when growing up in hip hop with the the ideology of the 5%ers versus the 10 and the 85%, which is a nice even breakdown of it. But that 7% is more of a natural percentage, Really, it's like 7.5, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, because the more you know, the more you can explain things, the more you realize that it all isn't just magic. Some of it is just math, random activity, coincidence, and build up over time and billions and millions of years. This is just the simple outcome, and it is the cycle of certain circumstances. Build power up, explode power, power comes down, power evaporates, power goes back to center, it explodes again. This is the cycle of all things. Like water, it comes to the ground, it evaporates, becomes a cloud, falls back down. These are the things. The sun, it comes, it bounces off, bounces back, gets absorbed, XPs, UV, back and forth, goes all out and comes back in. This is what it is. So I don't know.
And just that concept of two things being directly proportional to each other, and then there exists a constant that makes them equal, i.e., E equals MC squared, Newton's gravitational constant, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I think we just need to find a middle ground, because scientists, like you said, 90% of them become atheists after they learn a lot, because basically a lot of things that were attributed to God, they can explain through 1 + 1 is 5, right? So, and then the people that are really into the God things, they really personalize it and humanize God to a level of an individual being sitting in a chair, pointing his finger, right? But if I would explain what they really don't know that God is, that they're really talking about, I would say, well, to me, all living organisms in the universe are God, and we are merely the brain cells and neurons to the organs and brain of God. And that's why a group mass thing can make certain things happen, because we're kind of, and just like the cells in your body, we die and there's new ones born every day to replace it. And some of us are part of God's heart, some of us are part of God's brain, some of us are part of God's liver. We're like cells. And if you can explain that God is really just a neural network of living beings that come from the created energy from the exploded suns and Big Bang, and we're all connected through that, then God becomes pretty much a mathematical thing now, rather than just some nigga sitting in a chair. And I think that's where you could get, and I guess that's why you have Scientology. I don't know. But that's where you can get, I think I could get scientists to be like, okay, I believe in that God. You get what I mean? I think Neil deGrasse Tyson can rock with that guy. If people with religion would say, hey, the dude we're talking about, he's really like, that's why hey, God is in you. God is in all of us. The universe is in you. The Father and the Son is in you. If you go through the Bible, they pretty much tell you this from a verbal perspective. But if you take the words of how they tell you about how God is and his relation to you and your family and your people, and then you take the Holy Trinity and you take all the spirits and the Father and Son and all the different things and levels, and then you translate that whole Bible into math, 93, those same 93% of scientists probably would be goddamn Christians again if you would rock with them on it. You know what I mean? So this is, once again, another one of the levels of my presidential run that is a problem. You see that, what I just said? I got to explain that to 350 million Americans who love guns and Bibles and hate to read or listen. So yeah, that's another level that I have to crack through to become the president, besides convincing about the parties and the corporations.
Yeah.
Ecology.
I'm loving Cornel West.
Have a whole talk about God in this argument between science and religious people.
Like I said, like you were saying, like I'm loving Cornel West, but you know, the same baby boomers, etc. That you know, that's just going to straight down ballot Democrat again. They don't even know who he is what's sad.
Well, I mean, let's take, most down ballot voters are what are they? Very Christian, right?
Yeah.
Very biblical. So what did Jesus say when his ass was nailed on the cross and he knew that these niggas got it all wrong? What did he say to God?
Forgive them.
Why did he say forgive them?
They do not know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
Jesus got nailed to the cross by some goddamn Jewish boomers, is the point. I'm just saying, my J-Fro boomers. It's a bunch of 97-year-old. Oh, I'm a Wiener Schnitzel you. Bang, 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 nailed him to the cross. He's like, look, man, forget these dumb motherfuckers. They've been old and stupid for so long. They don't even know. They think they're doing right and whatnot. They think they've been convinced that individual success is more important than group success. This is something that other groups have figured out is more important. Group success is more important than individual success. You can see this in the NBA. Phoenix just picked up Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and all them. They're not going to win nothing. Second round exit. They're not. And whatnot. But it feels good. It looks good, but there's no teamwork to it. The Denver Nuggets are going to be winning. The Memphis Grizzlies had a good, deep team. They're going to be winning. The Sacramento Kings are going to be winning. Not the Sixers are going to be winning. Go ahead.
No, because it's like the Sixers is like an Eric Snow away.
Well, you know what it is with the Sixers? They need a complete shift in gameplay mentality. The problem with the Sixers is number one, Doc Rivers is the problem. He's a one-on-one, I have no plays kind of guy. He has no offense. His offense is dribble, kick out.
He's saying it's different. He's saying that was all our heart in doing that.
Yeah, he's a liar. Doc Rivers is a fucking lying piece of shit. Allegedly. But he's a lying piece of shit. That's Doc Rivers' whole offense has been that his entire career. I've been complaining about it for 10 plus years. It started. I saw it in Boston. So fuck what he's talking about with that his heart and shit. He's a fucking liar. Doc Rivers is such a weak man. He puts on his players to not be responsible for his poor coaching decisions. He's 60-something years old, and he's still lying on other niggas. That's how weak he is. That's why his son don't fucking like him. Now, no disrespect. I'm African-American. I know it's Juneteenth, and we feeling unified. But that's some light-skinned basketball shit. You see a light-skinned. So that's all I'm saying. These light-skinned niggas. It's no disrespect. You know how it is, light-skinned brothers. We got to make that joke. Y'all be keeping the nightlight on this shit. But the Doc Rivers keeps the nightlight on. That's why his team suck. So we did get what's the coach? Nick Nurse?
Yeah.
Nick Nurse is a good team ball coach. They do play good team ball, but I did notice in Toronto, once they got but so big, they started to become one-on-one dependent with Van Fleet, one-on-one dependent with Siakam, one-on-one dependent with Scotty Barnes. You know what I mean? That for a while, when they first was out there before, when there was nobody and they didn't have no championship, it was, everybody get the ball. Everybody get the ball. Everybody get the ball. Then once they won the championship, it was like, I'm a star. He's a star. He has to score now. He has to score now. And that's just going to be like in Phoenix. So if he can convert the Philadelphia 76ers to a Denver Nuggets Spurs mentality, the open man is the best man for the ball, not the best player. These are all professional players. You can't leave an NBA player in the world wide open, and he's not going to hit the shot. So pass it to him. And that's their problem. That's why Jokic is the man, because Jokic is dominated with, like, he'd have a dominant night with 24 points. But he'll have 19 boards and 15 assists. Embiid, he'll have 24 points with 9 to 11 boards and 3 assists. No, like when you got 20, you need to drop 10 assists that night. That means they're on your ass. But what Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers do, they're just telling to dribble through 4 more niggas and just score. You're good. You're good. Just be good and be dominant and play harder. All that shitty coaching and bad decision making. So that's my opinion on the Sixers situation.
We're supposed to say that for Wednesday, man.
You know, that's some noodle shit. Noodle shit is made for Noodle Free Mondays. I always got time for some noodle shit. Always got time for that. That's another comparison. What else we got going on here? Any other topics on your mind?
With the noodles, you know. Well, you know, I'm moving forward. Elon Musk was genius. And learning that he has a Bachelor of Arts in Science and Economics and physics really opened up my eyes to him.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's like he was one of my college buddies, you know, like I'm thinking, did I even go to visit Penn and meet him back then, you know, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting thing, and where he's at, billions, and you know, I'm in the fields picking cotton still, shit.
Right. No, it just shows like the small differences it makes in having like that previous information kind of handed to you.
Yeah.
Whatnot. You know what I mean? Like that's how I was saying the thing when you was talking about, oh, you know, I'm teaching about Malcolm X, I'm teaching about Martin Luther King and all that, which is great. But I said all that's going to do is give him the revolutionary spirit. It's going to give him the fighting spirit. I'm not going to take your shit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't build it. It doesn't start a business. It doesn't get them to understand the mathematics, economics. It doesn't get them to understand powernomics like Dr. Claude will talk about. And the best thing about it is the earlier you start, the easier it is. So when you jump your ass up and start buying stock at 45 and start trying to get a business at 45, and you know what I mean? Very hard to start late. You're learning everything. But when you're a kid and you don't even know better, and you don't have your head filled with all these moralities from years of enslavement, you can actually kind of see through that.
Yeah, and I'm you know I'm not I'm not turning him away from Frederick and Frederick Douglass and Carter G. Woodson and Booker T. Washington. I even and I reinforce that because my grandfather, he's the first. My dad's the second. I'm the third. He's the fourth. Was born in 1915, so he already has we already have a discussions about that time period. Being that my granddad was born during that time, and we can actually measure the direct line to him, which a lot of kids don't get. So I do I do sprinkle the 19, which will be early 2000, but 1900 in him a little bit. It's just I'm trying to like, hey, that this is where the culture had a reemergence of itself, had a recreation of itself, in the form called hip hop, an intelligent movement, and he came up with the, when making presentations for his school, bringing the culture to his classmates, and having family members that are artists. He was able to bring to school in a presentation that he did basically on his own on Keynote. So he is into creating things, which is what I want him to be more into, and then consuming this governmental what's the name day, or Juneteenth or whatever. We already had Hip Hop Appreciation Week, and that just went by with nobody even saying that. And that's another one of the things that Biden gave us. But
Hip Hop Appreciation Week?
Yeah, Hip Hop Appreciation Week is official too now.
Shit, I didn't know that. I would actually,
Yeah, but it's we celebrated, but this year it wasn't good because that's when Uncle Johnny passed.
Oh,
so, it's centered around Malcolm X's birthday. That third week in May is when we celebrate. Up in New York, they're supposed to have things going on, and then in November is actually Hip Hop History Month.
Right.
So that's supposed to be recognized too. But November already got Thanksgiving and Halloween and stuff, so that's more of they thing, and we'll get more into appreciating the history of hip hop this year, definitely.
Yeah, we got him. He's got BAS in the house. What's happening, boy?
Oh, there he is.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, gang?
Happy Father's Day once more again, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Same to you, Rolo.
Thank you, family.
Heck yeah. So how you been, man? What's going on, man?
Man, it's been a bad week. That's why I wasn't even gonna get on, but also let me get on for a few minutes to say what's up, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's been a noodle ass week. I don't even want to get into that shit. You feel me?
That's the one thing. Life is always filled with something. Like we had this one rapper that used to come to the house. You remember Zakovich, Lolo?
Zakovich?
Yeah, he was Courtney used to have a rapper that came over named like what was his name? Juan Flambe.
Oh yeah.
He had a younger brother named Zakovich. He was 19. He had the baby mama.
Yeah.
He had this one rap line that he literally laid a week before he committed suicide over his baby mama. And he said, "Man, life ain't filled with nothing but sharp curves." And I was like, man, that's the realest line a motherfucker ever said.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
So what's up with y'all?
Shit, man, just grinding, you know what I mean? Trying to, enjoying the free day off, you know what I mean, and whatnot, and laying back. I'm working on, another one of my rap songs that nobody ain't gonna give a fuck about, but I got that out, and that's up on Vivo. And
no, I heard it was all right.
Yeah. And I try to keep it clean, but make it sound like a stripper song. Make it, something a person can play for their kids and their parents and girls, and So, maybe hopefully I was hoping the chicks would get into it. So let's see if the bras get into it, maybe twerk to it for me this summer. Give me some.
I could tell you what some noodle ass shit. Father's Day, I forgot Father's Day was yesterday, bro. That's how Father's Day and shit. They treat that shit like another day. I see more moms saying Happy Father's Day.
Everybody.
I see more females saying Happy Father's Day to each other than they is to the guys and shit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's the new movement.
For some reason, I thought Father's Day was like the first week of this month, and then when it went by, I was like, "Wait, this Sunday wasn't Father's Day?" And they say, "No, it's like the 17th, the 18th." I was like, "Oh, well, okay." It's like they move that shit around.
It was just another day over here. Females are celebrating that shit more than the niggas. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, you know, that's their thing. I'm a dad too. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But you know, that's like the female thing. Like I noticed that with my mom, my sister, the females, they really always know when everybody's birthday is. They always want you to send a card. They always want to they always do like all the stuff that the mainstream motherfuckers want you to do. You know, get the gifts on Christmas, do all this shit. You know what I mean? And then guys is like on some real shit. If it wasn't for women, would nobody getting their motherfucking birthday card or a present out this bitch? Like, what's up, nigga? Yeah. Boop, boop. Love you. Let's go. Let's go get turned. Let's go get drunk or something. Let's go. You know what I mean? Fast like, oh, fuck out of here. We don't care about none of that shit. I don't need no fucking card, nigga. It's happy birthday. Let's keep it moving.
What fucked me up is when I seen a picture of a female saying Happy Father's Day to another female, and I'm like, damn. Like, all right, how you became a fucking a mother then? You need a nigga to get pregnant more nowadays, you feel me? But yeah, that shit fucked me up. When I see one female saying Happy Father's to another female, and there were no niggas in the conversation, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, these brothers, you know, and that's the thing. They be doing to be antagonistic. They petty.
Yeah, I really don't give two fucks about Father's Day. I never celebrated Father's Day. I'm gonna be real with you. When I got 3 kids, I never celebrate that shit. You feel me? I usually don't know that shit coming by until somebody tells me and shit.
I'm like, oh shit, word, word, Father's Day, shit. Yeah, I didn't know
I
that
had
was
one of my cousins put up on Facebook was like on Facebook and Instagram. He put down like basically when it's Mother's Day, they want to get diamonds and roses and shit. But when it's our turn, we get Foreman Mills.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, dang, ain't that the truth?
Yeah, that's
Fucking, I don't know if you know about Foreman Mills over there on that side. We, you know, that's the outlet over here.
Oh yeah. You get the little you only get the basic shirt or the tie or something. You might get somebody to cook you a good little grub. That's about it, and whatnot. You know what I mean? You know, or you get the pleasure of babysitting your kids all day.
Shit.
It's like, hey, we're gonna give you all 7 of the kids and leave you alone with them for the whole day. I'm like, no, no. How about y'all take them? And my Father's Day is that I go out to the woods and get high and drunk by myself. That sounds like a happy Father's Day.
And then everywhere I went yesterday, well, you know how I sit in front of my crib and you seeing all the people on the traffic and shit.
Yeah.
I saw more females celebrating Father's Day driving by than it was. It was quiet, bro. We didn't have no sports or nothing.
Yeah.
So you already know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, but I just got.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I wanted to see that Flash shit last night.
How was that? How was that?
Good. It was good. I went to see it in that little 4D shit now. And ironically, the people that sat next to me was a dad with his wife and all his kids and shit. And they was they you know, probably Mexican homies and shit. So they was all speaking in Spanish the whole goddamn movie.
But it was good though, right?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a good copy to come on.
Huh?
I'm waiting for a good copy to come on so I can watch it.
Oh yeah. They'll get one out. It'd be fresh, but you know, it takes a few weeks before somebody gets up something clean.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just waiting on that and shit.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. They, you know, they on that multiverse shit, but it was good. They got all the Batmans in it, the old school ones, the new ones. Shit changed up. It's dope.
I like the girl they picked for Supergirl. She looked all right.
Oh yeah, Big Kara. They had the dark haired mean bitch. They got a whole story with that in the alternate universe because you know basically some shit went down with Superman and shit. And
no, I know what the movie's based on. I watched the actual. They had a animated movie about it and shit. The Flashpoint shit.
That's classic.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that shit. Bro, a Flashpoint John, you gotta watch that shit, Mr. C. That shit's way better than I don't know how it was better than the Flash movie, but it's good.
Well, give us a light review of Flashpoint. Like, give us a light overall review of Flashpoint.
No, No, basically it was the same shit that they do in that NFM movie. Basically, like he goes back in the future to the past, moves something around, and then that shit affects the future, how it comes out, and he goes to a dark future, and then he ran into the old Batman and shit. Fucking old Batman is a fucking really the dad, I think it was, or some shit like that. And yeah, I saw that joint. That joint was crazy.
Yeah,
I told everybody that shit.
that sounds like basically the movie.
A lot of people don't. And then Superman, like he got him trapped in jails basically and shit. He's not big or not like he is in the like he normally is. Just like he's like a smoker basically.
Oh
But
yeah,
he got him trapped and shit, and then he never tasted the sun and shit like that. And then when he
yeah,
finally get out, he don't know what to do.
yeah. They flipped it a little bit with Superman. In that when they gave like a different aspect to it, but I'll leave you guys to see that. But they didn't put him in jail in this one. They did something else.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so they, I guess they probably took that concept and then just shifted a few things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, the movie I watched, that shit had fucking Wonder Woman as a bad guy and a fucking Aquaman going against her and shit. I don't know if they got that in this one, so.
No.
But I'm pretty-
Wonder Woman shows up and like helps from the beginning, and she not there the rest of the movie. And then Aquaman, most he does is he's drunk as fuck on some Thor shit, and the Flash is carrying around trying to tell him what's cracking, and he's all fucked up with his aquarium and shit, like yeah, he's doing that shit. So that was his part in the movie, being drunk as fuck and falling around acting a fool. But they
yeah,
had
though.
cameos upon cameos because not only did they have a lot of the characters, but since they were doing alternate universes, they would use all the different characters. So it was dope.
Right.
It was dope. It was dope. I give them that. It was dope. It was dope. It was what you would expect, but it was still dope.
Well, yeah, I just hop on for a few minutes to say what's up and shit. I'm about to hop back off and shit.
Yeah.
Wednesday I'll be on the whole show.
Okay. We'll be right here and whatnot.
So fast, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Take it easy, man. I'll see y'all Wednesday. Stay sucker free and get this money. Fuck
Yeah,
these bitches.
yes, man. Have a
Fuck
good
these
one,
bitches.
Will do.
All right, fellas.
All right.
This big BS stuff and then drop some jewels before hitting the road.
Yeah. Get that money, right?
Right.
And this is it's funny because it's a straight reset, and you know what I'm saying, it's like man, this shit is driving me the fuck crazy, man.
Yeah. That Flashpoint. Where can I see that Flashpoint at? I kind of want to see that shit now.
Oh, it's good. I'm sure it's on HBO Max.
Well, fuck
I'm
HBO
not sure, but it's good, man.
I don't know. I'm gonna go search
I
on
forgot,
Amazon. It might be on Amazon.
Yeah, I forgot Thomas Wayne was Batman on that one. That was pretty good. And then there was something about Wonder Woman and Aquaman was a couple or like a husband and wife or some shit like that.
Yeah. They changed it up. Like it didn't happen like that, and that's what they didn't get it. But like I said, they probably took the Flashpoint and I guess made it real. Is that what this movie was about? I guess.
Or I don't know. They just did their own little spin on it. That's all.
Yeah.
And then you're dealing with Hollywood budget, so I know it was something about they wanted the Batman and they wanted the Superman from the other ones in it too, but his contract or whatever.
Yeah, well, that wasn't too complicated in this particular one. I'm trying not to give away some spoilers.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to worry about that too much in this movie as far as Superman. Let's just say that.
Well, they wanted him to be in it, but cash rules everything around me.
Oh, okay. So that probably changed the story too.
Yeah.
That's probably like when BAS said, well, in the one he saw, he said they had him in jail and he was all weak and shit. And didn't know he was blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, well, if he's there, I was like, well, shit, they could have just did that in this movie. You know what I mean? But instead, I guess because of the financial stuff, they said, what we'll do is we're going to make this whole different thing that happened to him. So they give a whole different explanation for Superman.
And then put the Supergirl in there.
Mm-hmm.
Is she a little Spanish girl?
She's some dark hair white chick, so she white, but she got the dark ass dark green shade. So you know how them dudes that be like goth kids and they got that really jet black short hair bob.
Yeah.
She got that, but of course, you know, she got the tight clothes on, so the body is like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? The titties and ass is popping. But she like a mean ass, fine ass, dark haired bitch.
A little Supergirl, huh?
Yeah. But she, you know, she was the shit.
But you know, blondes is hating on that. That's traditionally Supergirl, right?
Oh yeah, she used to be just a couple. But once again, alternate universe.
Yeah.
And then this, see, like I said, I would have to give up some spoilers to explain why she looks the way she looks, and it's probably in relation to her importance in the movie versus since Superman isn't around. Let's say.
Well, Boom said he saw the Spider-Man one, and he said it was his rating was that it was sick.
Like wait, sick like it was disgusting, or sick like it was crazy dope.
Dope. I'm translating the kids today. That's their word.
Okay, sick. Yeah, that shit was sick.
It's sick like it was dope, you know.
Oh no, look, I have not heard one negative report about it. Matter of fact, one of the guys at my job, who's an older guy, he said he don't even go to see any movies. He didn't want to see it. He went to see it. He said it was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he doesn't understand the paging Dr. Umar issues because he was on the other team. But he said it was amazing, and everything I've heard online, everybody says it was amazing. I was going to go see it, but then I was like, dang, I'm trying to just hit them all, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to 4D. So, and I think the Spider-Man one may have the longest 4D run. So I think I'm going to try to squeeze that in.
Yeah. But you've seen the Flash in 4D, so that made it Oscar worthy.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you, forget the movie. Forget the movie. Just get my Oscar for the seats, man. It was like Mario. It was so rough and rocking, dog. I had got one of those because at the Regal I go to, they sell liquor and wine and stuff. So I got one of those little cans of like, I guess it's like basically red wine in a can. Dude, I couldn't even hold it for the first 20 minutes of the movie because it was just so rocky in the beginning that it was just spilling all over the place. And then I went to sit it in my cup holder, but it was like really small. So the cup holder didn't feel it, so it would move around in the cup holder. So I had to put it in the next chair over where nobody was sitting. Because it was just so rocking and rolling and popping. I'm like, man, this is like a fucking roller coaster. Man, 4D, man, if it ain't 4D, it ain't me. I need to meet my wife in 4DX. Like I'm gonna meet a bitch and like, yo, can I sit on you for a second and can you move around and spit? And let me see if it fits. That's how we can't work this shit out, bitch. I need that 4DX. Like I need like a bed that rotates in the air while we have sex or something. I need that 4DX love. I can't do it. Oh man, it's amazing. But that was really good, and I do want to see Spider-Verse because I know that's going to be good. I mean, all these movies nowadays, because the technology is just so fire, they can do like anything they want. Uh-oh, somebody might have got arrested. I heard a chop out there. Let me close this in case they start circling. Keep coming around using. If anything that's happened here, don't like make circles for like 30 minutes. You know, the ghetto bird.
Yeah.
They use that for all crimes. That's how you know somebody did something, because you'll see a helicopter and it'll just be going in circles for 30 minutes. I'm like, oh man, they over there looking for somebody. Got the spotlight and people don't never get away. It's crazy. It's like the Terminator. So what we got here? It's 10:18. So we do have still our Noodle of the Week, which is Tyrese Gibson.
We got all about the Noodle of the Week. And Tyrese is funny because we've been talking about Transformers. I kind of liked him in Transformers, you know,
Yeah.
the character that he made, you know.
Yeah, he's in Fast and Furious too, right?
Yeah, I ain't really like him, and he was alright in that. But I ain't really the biggest Fast and Furious fan.
Yeah, well, Fast X 29 million is out. I keep looking at it. I'm like, I ain't going to pay the money to see that shit. What's that shit on Amazon when it come out?
Yo, what in the world? I'm sitting here playing. What's the name, right?
Go ahead.
I'm playing Zelda.
Yep.
And I have 5 hearts.
Right.
And something happened to me, but I wasn't paying attention. And as I look at my hearts again, one of my hearts is cracked, like it's a broken heart.
Oh shit!
How did I break one of my hearts?
Got your ass whooped. So Zelda update.
Well, like I said,
Zelda report.
I'm about to eat some food to see if I can get my heart up.
Well, what are you doing when you got your heart broken?
I'm underground. I'm in the deep caverns.
Oh, you done got your ass whooped by something you ain't even see. You know, some nigga hanging on the roof talking shit.
Oh, it's gloom damage. Wow.
Like, so from being down there too long, he got depressed?
No, I did something like it's like a lava, but it's called doom. So it hurts you, and it'll break your heart. So my 5 hearts won't fill up. Dang, how do I get that fixed? I don't know.
I guess
so now the most I can have is 4 hearts right
you
now.
gotta go to like a shrine or a store and pray or meet a magician.
Yeah, I got to do something.
Go kiss the princess or some bullshit.
Yeah, that always helps.
Yep.
She is wisdom.
Yep. And she got a hot pocket. And she got a hot pocket. Was there anything else for the Zelda report?
Nah, that's about it. You know, I'm deep underground. I'm just exploring the world and slowly learning how to play
Well,
this.
what is going on underground? So do you have to carry like a lantern or is it pre-lit?
What are these things called? No, it's like there's several things you can do. All right, so let's talk about that a little bit. I have these what are they called? Where is it at?
You said something before about his body lighting up.
Like there's mushrooms that grow, so I'm sure I can cook these mushrooms and make an elixir or something or food that'll make my body glow.
Right.
It's these things called bright bloom seeds or bright bloom seed. So you can throw them in the ground and then a plant will grow that'll light the area. They're like little light bulbs.
Like a lamp. Okay.
Yeah. So I have there's a giant one. I'm sure if I use it, it'll make a big light. It says a large amount of light, and then there's the normal size one. There's things that you can do to light up the areas. I can light a fire, of course. That's the most obvious one. But yeah, you're deep underground. I'm in the caverns. Like when you jump into these holes, I mean, you're literally falling for a while, like you fall into the center of the earth or the planet.
Dope.
So
do you have any flying or equipment to break the fall?
Yeah, you got your glider.
Okay.
So the glider from the first game makes a return. You get that early in the game. So
it's like Fortnite.
It starts you off in the clouds, and you get 4 little quick missions in the cloud. Once you finish those 4 missions in the cloud, you jump down to the earth, but they give you your glider right away as soon as you jump down to the earth.
Do you have to do anything for it, or they just give it to you?
You had to do like one quest. So the very first town you go to, which they kind of guide you to the first town. As soon as you get into the town, you'll meet up with just some people from the original game, and they give you the glider right away.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see how you get the glider. I found a very short video, so we should be able to review it. Fair use, fair use. Also, I challenged my recent YouTube challenges, and YouTube said this. I do use fair use properly. What you have to do is, of course, stop it, talk every 30 seconds to a minute or so, talk over it. And I think what I'm going to do is when we talk, I'm going to bring it down and bring it back up. So we'll see how that goes. But let's see what we got here because I want to experiment with this because I want to master reviewing because reviewing is a big part of YouTube and it's something I, like anyone else, should be allowed to do. I should not have to have 1 million freaking followers to review a video, especially when I'm doing it fair use. But the problem is there's a computer looking. So you know what to do? Let me see. Where is that? Where is that? Let me see. Where's it at? Fair use. Man, fuck that. Fair use, nigga. Fair use. All right. And then we're going to share. This is it. That. And then, let me mute this right quick. Let me get this little commercial over with. Let's get them
and Violet. Pal Dan.
Game commercial. Blah, 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 blah. Get the commercial get done. Dismiss and pause. Bring it back. Hit the thing. Let's check it out.
The paraglider was an early item in Breath
Let
of
me
the
see if
Wild,
this
but in
is.
Tears of the Kingdom, you
Credit.
can play for
Let's give
hours
credit to IGN. Make sure you go and like and share and subscribe to IGN's channel. They have a bunch of review videos like this. This is great for guys that are in the video games. Okay, let me hit my like button so I can be part of it. Let me sub to him too. Let me not front. Oh, I gotta sign in. Okay, that's too much work. Then I messed up. I ain't signing any shit. I ain't got time for that right now. But shout out to them. Fair use. You know, go follow IGN. They have this video that we are reviewing. I want to experiment with this. I want to see if the computer, you know, maybe if the computer can read this. So maybe it'll read it on the screen. So I'm gonna put this up here too. Let me go, bam. Let me put this up here. Go for IGN and YouTube credit video. Let's play the rest of this. Oops, let's put it back at the beginning.
The paraglider was an early item in Breath of the Wild, but in Tears of the Kingdom, you can play for hours without ever actually getting it, which we would not recommend given that it's still an item for aerial exploration. Here's how to make sure you don't miss it.
So this is just like the
After
glider
you descend from the
in
Great Sky Island down to
Fortnite.
Hyrule, one of your first main quests will be to head to Hyrule Castle. Now, you could just go anywhere from here when you touch the ground, but trust me, follow the main quest for a bit. It will take you to Hyrule Castle, and after that sequence of events, make sure to head back to Lookout Landing to talk to Purah. She'll activate the first Skyview Tower, which essentially
I want
takes
to
the
pause
place
this for a
of the
second. Hey, Pearl kind of fine. I hate that.
Well, which one?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me switch some screens. On some screen. Pearl, you kind of fine. I knocked that on down, video game Pearl. All right, let's go back to it. Where's that here? No, wrong button. Where's it at? I think this is it. There we go. All right, there we go. I'm experimenting with my fair usage. And but now let's move it back some so we can see Pearl fine ass. So I knock her video. I knock her video game ass.
She'll
Yeah,
activate
Pearl.
the first Skyview Tower, which essentially takes the place of the towers from Breath of the Wild and reveals regions on the map. But in order to do that, she'll also give you the paraglider. The paraglider performs exactly the same as before. It will let you glide through the air, but once you're out of stamina, you'll helplessly drop. Note that you do get one free deployment of your paraglider, even if you're out of stamina, which can help you avoid taking damage from a huge fall and even save your life if it's a really huge fall. You can even customize your paraglider by taking it to the Hatino Die Shop.
Wait, question. You play the game. We already got to switch it back because we experimenting out this motherfucker. So you play the game. Have you ever used that strategy to save your life?
Oh yeah.
Is that like a standard thing?
Yeah, you once you run out of stamina, they'll let you come real close to the ground and just you'll throw it up real quick before you smash into break your legs.
Nice. Yeah, because I was like realism. I know Link's strong and all. Man, he ain't that strong.
Shop after finding some paraglider materials. And that's our quick guide for how to find the paraglider in Tears of the Kingdom. For more quick tips like these, make sure to head on over to IG.
Pause right there. So I need an explanation, Volo. So are there two ways to get the paraglider? You can either get the broad they give it to you after you smash her, or you can just make it.
No. That's the only way to get it is from her. Before after you smash.
So you played this part, right?
Yeah.
So act like you have and talk about it.
Well, I went straight
What
there,
happened, motherfucker?
huh?
What happened, motherfucker? What happened?
No, like once you jump from the sky, you jump in the water from the sky, like you're right over water.
Mm-hmm.
So you jump straight from the sky all the way down the water, and then it tells you to go straight to the castle town. And once you do that, in order to see the big map, you got to do these towers, and that's the very first tower. So you're kind of forced to do it. Like you have to do that tower first, and then they give you 4. Then you can go to any tower that you want to after that.
Okay, all right, excellent. And so, question about the paraglider. They said she offers it to you, but then I saw in the video it said something about going to get parts. Did you have to do both?
No. After you get it, you can customize it. That's what he was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't get to customizing it yet. You can find parts and then
so you still got the basic janky whack one?
Yeah. I ain't.
So wait, is this one customized? The one that's on the screen?
I can't tell.
Wait, I gotta bring it up. Let me see. Can you see it now?
That's a normal one.
Okay, that's a normal one. No changes to that one. Okay, it's only a couple seconds.
Oh no, it do look mine look gray.
Check out our
Yeah, that do look like a different color.
It's like brown and shit and tan with like some designs on the top and a bunch of tassels.
Mine is gray.
His is better than yours.
Yeah, it looks a little different.
That's probably because the game is racist.
Growing Tears of the Kingdom wiki and interactive map. And for everything else Zelda, keep it here on IGN.
There you go. Shout out to IGN for a great video that we reviewed, and we got to watch something about the glider that Volo talked about. Anything else with the Zelda report?
No, that's it. I'm taking it, a little bit at a time, and
okay. You gotta give the people a taste. You can't. You're like a drug dealer. You got to give them a little taste, brother. So, what is the next goal in your Zelda life?
Let me look at my thing. I don't know. Well, what am I supposed to be doing right now?
You as unfocused as the kids in Philly.
Yeah. I was
You might as well get a Switch and shoot up Zelda.
Robbie just gave me something. All right, my next thing, I got the camera now. So I got the camera. So now I can go take pictures.
So explain like you're talking to people with no brain.
They give you a camera in the game where you can take pictures of the monsters, and artwork and I can take pictures.
Is there any value to this? Is that like a side mission? What's the story?
Yeah, it's side quests that you can do. Okay. So I was in this deep dungeon, and I seen a map of the whole world, but she wanted me to take a copy of it, take a picture of it, but I didn't get the camera yet. So I went all the way back to the original town where I got the paraglider, and the guy Robbie made me go underground to give me the camera. So now I got the camera.
Nice. So did you have to complete some mission to get it, or you just had to go pick it up?
Yeah, it was a side mission that I skipped past to get the camera.
I just realized. Why are you skipping about missions? You think you're better than somebody?
Well, I just walk in, I just see something and somebody might offer to do a quest, and I'll do it,
All right, excellent. So, even though you have the option to skip missions, it is basically a hampering to you if you do.
No, you can always go back and do them.
I mean, yeah, but if you got to go back, you should have done them in the first place.
Listen, man. In the original game, you can just go fight Ganon if you want.
You sound like Dr. Umar talking to them young boys about how everything is black man's fault. I don't like this shit. Hey, we're moving the goalposts out this bitch. Now it's Ganon's fault. Ganon and Jerome. It's all Jermaine and Ganon's fault. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, that bitch princess been talking shit. All right, that's all right. And Zelda report. Anything else on the Zelda report?
And right now I'm about to go. I took a picture of the statue, and I'm gonna go show the picture to Joshua. All right, I'm gonna finish the quest. With the
Okay,
camera.
so once you show him the picture, he gonna all right, cool. Is he gonna what are you gonna do for a nigga?
It's not a guy, it's a girl. Her name is Joshua.
Oh, she gonna get a pussy up or like what happened?
She's a young girl, man. I don't know.
So it's not that kind of game.
Yeah, it's not that kind of game. I don't do that.
Well, I don't know. I thought R. Kelly made the game. I thought R. Kelly made the game. I don't know. I thought they was in the state with a low age and shit. I don't know. That's how that shit work. All right. So is that the end of the Zelda report?
That's the end of the Zelda report.
End of the Zelda report. All right. Any of the topics to talk about?
Where was we? What time is it?
10:35, 12, what? 1:35 your time.
Oh, okay. So I'm about to pass out soon.
All right, so we are going to do our noodle of the week, Mr. Tyrese Gibson.
Cool.
Yeah, he had a recent issue going on with the love of his life because he lacks penis control. I've seen him in Cancun leaving a club with a white bitch, so I know he sticks to it anywhere. Paging Dr. Umar, by the way, on that one. But let's check out what Tyrese is going through right now. So, singer and actor Tyrese Gibson, who is a well-known simp who sings all those lovey-dovey songs to bitches, right? Took to Instagram to call for support of Black fathers. And now this is good for Father's Day, actually. Black fathers, service leaders in major media corporations to rally in support against Judge Kevin M. Farmer, who accuses of being a racist and participating in illegal practices. This is me wanting to invite the press and media, he shared, explaining that he wants to open his case up to bring the cameras up in. He want to bring the cameras up in there, is what he said. The sweet lady. You see that? You hear his song? Sweet lady. You see your song? He's simping like a motherfucker. This is what you get, nigga. Singer took a passionate stance in the 40-minute live video pleading with all fathers, especially those who have dealt with the family law court system, which call for president will reform that system to put more children in the hands of fathers. 90% of children are given to the mother based on nothing more than the fact that she has a XX chromosome. She can be a drug addict. She can be fresh out of jail. They don't care. The most prepared parent should have custody, not just the biological reason. So we need to get 50-50 instead of 90-10 for custody. We got Tyrese. Does they play some of this shit? Let me see. What happens if I hit play? Why he got his dashiki on? All right, pause. What you gotta say about this dashiki?
Listen, man, it's
with the Scully. Like, who the fuck is he? Like Black Panther? Fucking what is it, Mandela? Is he like fucking Malcolm Mandela out this bitch? No comment.
No comment.
Give him a couple of seconds. Is this nigga humming and singing? All right, he's singing Negro spirituals now. So we're going to keep on moving down. And that is the end of the Tyrese story. So apparently from that, what we read, he seemed legitimate. But then when I hit play.
All right, y'all. Happy Saturday. I jumped on real quick to discuss
he has 17 million
an invite. Okay. I got to be back in court.
Continue reading
about this divorce with Samantha.
All right, relax, buddy. All right, let's keep reading. So he put in his post, we have a racist judge in Atlanta who called my ex-wife and the mother of my child a bitch. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tyrese. She probably is a bitch. We allegedly. We tried to get him thrown off the bench. They kept him on, and not only that, you want to know why? Because black people have no power. But that's a whole nother conversation. Who the fuck you gonna call? Another white man to get him thrown off the bench? Shut up, Tyrese. You got to be. Excuse me, white man. Can you throw this other white man off the bench and call me racist? He's like, why you ask me that, nigga? I'm damn. Allegedly. You know, it's like, what the fuck, right? Tyrese, please spare me. Anyway, Tyrese ain't even doing this for him, even though this is about his case and what he's going through with the judge. Not for him, right? I'm doing this for all the fathers. You mean the ones that's not involved in your court case with this judge? But, okay, Tyrese, all right, this nigga think he Malcolm X. Nigga think he a freedom fighter. He think he Fidel Castro or something. He fucking think he Che. This motherfucker. He mentioned before explaining how often fathers, especially black fathers, struggle with receiving custodial rights and being treated equally to mothers in family court cases. That is a statistical fact. As I mentioned, 90% of all custody cases go directly to the mother, no matter what. I want to understand that there's a very big difference is somebody going into a court system as a black man and as a black father. Even though, to be fair, even though I love Dr. Umar, I have heard countless Caucasian men and men of other races going through the same thing in America and across the world. It is not just us getting screwed over. It is all fathers and all men that are getting screwed over. We need to reform custody. We don't need to reform child support. You will never change that. But you can reform custody. And I wish men would focus. Stop worrying about child support. Don't worry about getting that baby in your arms so you can get the services. Think, men, think. I don't have kids. I'm not supposed to be telling you guys this stuff. Real shit, right? You're not supposed to be telling me. He said before explaining that all he wants to be able is to maintain a healthy relationship with his children. Tyrese, you're a famous actor, and I'm sure you cheat. Your children do not like you. Just buy them shit, okay? Tyrese and Samantha, allegedly, your children don't like you. Tyrese and Samantha Lee announced that they were filing for divorce back in December 2022. That's because she spent 2 years with him in COVID, and she was sick of his punk ass. And share a 3-year-old daughter named Soraya, which they had right before COVID. Then she spent all day with him, was just like, I don't think it's going to work, Reese, and whatnot. As the rant continued, you see how they called her the rant? Now, this is why I'm going to defend Tyrese with what he would call racist. Why is it considered a rant when he's really just expressing himself passionately about the troubles he's having? But it's a rant. Now, what rant says, incoherent, inaccurate, and flat out wrong is what the word rant means when somebody says that about you. Even though you could be 100% right. But they're trying to devalue you and reduce you to an animal rather than a human speaking passionately. He revealed that he has had to fight to do these legal way and hold others accountable. But when you have a racist, God, Tyrese was really slapping the R word around, right? An obvious, blatant racist. Tyrese, calm down, Jesus. Sitting on a stand as a judge that doesn't sit well with me. He said before explaining in some situations he felt Judge Schwarm was being racist, unprofessional, and participating in legal practices. Gibson's first grievance explained was Judge Schwarm referring to Samantha as a bitch, which I'm sure she is, allegedly. In his chambers in front of Gibson, he called her a bitch in front of their attorney. This judge is gangster. And Tanya Mitchell Graham and her associates, I have never referred to the mother of my child as a bitch. Tyrese is lying. I know every time he drinks a beer and smokes a blunt, he calls her a bitch. Fuck out of here, Tyrese. Lying motherfucker. He continued, adding that not only was he incredibly, allegedly Tyrese does that. You gotta keep the legalities going, and whatnot. Make sure nobody gets upset. Tyrese might want to sue me because he's sensitive. He never referred to his chick as a bitch except when he smokes blunts or drinks, allegedly. He continued adding that not only was he incredibly unprofessional and disrespectful, but he just also couldn't believe someone in his position would refer to anyone in such the way. Now, I'm going to tell you something right here. No, you know what? I got to bring this goddamn screen down and get my face in the screen. So, you know what? Let me just bring myself right. If there is anybody in the world that has the right to look somebody in the face and say, you're kind of a bitch, I would definitely say is someone that is literally called a judge. His job is to judge you and tell you what the fuck is wrong. Anyway, Tyrese, I'm with you, Tyrese, but you are the noodle of the week. What's going on there? Then he goes into the second grievance. He just bitching about everything. Second grievance is what are you crying about now? This month. Explaining how the judge farmer has practiced illegal acts in the courtroom by getting all of the court documents sealed. You mean like what happens in most court cases? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, this happens in a lot of court cases. Things get sealed. And the judge is supposed to either say yes or no to it. The man abused his power. No, he used what power that's available to him as a judge, Tyrese. This is what happens when you don't own or run anything. Gibson began seeking the recusal of Judge Farmer after a heated court hearing in August 2022, which led him to being ordered to pay $10,690 a month for a 3-year-old Soraya. I actually have a homegirl that's from Ecuador here named Soraya. She's a very nice lady. Throughout the live, he calls the community to join in support Tuesday at the Fulton County Courthouse, but he also asked many notable community figures such as attorney Benjamin Crump, Martin Luther King III, you just don't do it like Pops did, that's why you're still alive, and the Nation of Islam to join him in prayer. You know you don't need Farrakhan out there. The minute they see Farrakhan out there, they're gonna call you anti J bro. So that's that. And all right, so that's Tyrese, and he is our noodle of the week. So we will stop sharing that and get out of there on that. What say you about our noodle of the week situation with Tyrese Bolo?
It's Hollywood. You know, I mean, it's Hollywood.
The depth, the brilliance in your statements, it is at Ted Koppel levels. Jesus Christ. All right, so you said you're pretty drained out, ready to go to bed?
Yeah, you know.
All right. Hey, shout out to Josephine Dylan Miller popping in, checking stuff out. I don't know if you're still watching, but shout out to Josephine Miller popping in, checking. Hello. What's happening? What's up? What up? Jojo, shout out to Jojo. Go if anybody is on the platform that Jojo's on, it looks like Facebook. Go follow Josephine, Jojo, Dylan Miller. Shout out to that. Great stuff. Excellent. That's what I'm talking about. We're actually reaching the show's end, Jojo. He's about to get out of here. We's on our final words, but thank you for showing up and even giving my show a little bit of a look. You're a good person, and I hope the world blesses you just right. So, Bolo, give us some final words, man, so we can hit the road, Jack.
You know, follow me on all my social media. Like, subscribe, share, you know, all the above. Volothamp, Modulus Tautology, Volothamp M Tautology, VMT. Enjoy life, you know. Don't get all stressed out over these court cases and things of that nature. You know, government's going to do what it's due. Black people, stop voting for these Democrats like that. No, the Republicans ain't going to do much better. So, you know. But listen, we need to start paying attention more to what Cornel West, my man Mr. C, be saying. Just analyzing it a little different. You know, stop getting caught up in this NBC, ABC, especially CBS, because that's what I see when I watch those shows. A lot of BS, you know.
Yeah, well, they're trying to keep control of the two-party plan to keep people convinced that the other 5 or 6 parties that people literally look at on the voting ballot, they're like, dude, there's only 2 parties. I said, wait. You vote, right? Yeah. I said, so every time you go vote, they show all the other parties and options. And then you sit there and tell me that there's only 2 parties. I'm like, I don't know if I should jail you, send you to Guantanamo, or take you out back and offer you a fight in the dirt. Because you're a problem. Jesus Christ. So that, once again, another level I have to break down where I got to convince us, we got to stop being scared. We can Bart Simpson the president. We could literally make Yoda and Grogu the president. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, don't do that because that'd be kind of whack, but you get the point. Okay? And Cornel West, I think he'll be a good meter pusher. He'll bring the Democrats closer to, but I don't know if he'll be able to convince everybody. But they do have a lot of states in the Green Party. They got 20 plus states. And also you have write-in opportunities in other states where they may not be in. So we'll see how that goes. They had 44 states back with Jill Stein, where that was like actually a real legitimate chance to win. I don't know if anybody realized that. You have 44 states. We should have all just voted for the Green Party, and neither of those guys would have been president. So it was that easy. Nobody's got an M16 at the booth. Any other final words there, Rolo?
Peace, compassion, unity. Have fun. Enjoy this thing called life.
Nice. Yes, and JoJo says that's a dope looking puppet. They like your Yoda. How'd you come up with that Yoda?
Well, yeah, I decided to use Yoda on Mondays, and then I'll use Grogu on Wednesdays, and then I'll save Emo. Emo over here. He now you want to look at me, huh? Emo's right next to him. He was asleep the whole time, and as soon as I said his name, he popped right up like, what? Is it my time? You know?
To take you guys out and spread the blood of
we
Yoda
got to do
across
the Ziggy. What's the word of the day?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, here is the word of the day from the SAT Word of the Day skill. Today's SAT prep word of the day is hackneyed. It means something cliche that has been overused or done too much, and it's spelled Hackneyd. Here's how you use hackneyed in a sentence. Avoid using hackneyed comparisons in your paper if you want a good grade. If you're enjoying your SAT word of the day, check out our slang word of the day skill. Just ask Alexa to enable slang word of the day to start learning new words.
Hey, I missed the definition. I was half listening because I was thinking. Can you ask Ziggy to give us the definition of hackney again?
I want to hear about this slang thing now. Ziggy, enable slang word of the day.
Okay, here's slang word of the day.
Today's slang word of the day is high key. It means that what you're saying is something that you want everyone to know about. Here's how you use it in a sentence.
High key, this is it.
High key, I'm having a party tonight. Tell all of your friends. If you're enjoying your slang word of the day, check out your dictionary's motivational quote of the day skill. Find and enable it in the Alexa app by searching motivational quote of the day to hear an inspirational quote.
Oh man, high key. I'm trying to smash big booty thoughts with love. Oh, high key. I want to find a wife one day, but I don't know how to do it. So we'll figure that out.
I know.
Oh wait. So what was the word he used again? I missed the word of the day. Can you ask me the word of the day?
I think it was hackneyed.
Hackneyed.
Yeah.
What's the official definition again? Because I heard him use it. It sounded like from context, it sounded like don't use weak comparisons.
Something like that.
I know. Well, ask Ziggy again. It's a robot. It's not tired.
Ziggy, repeat the word of the day.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
Ziggy,
define hackney.
What's the word of the day?
Okay, here is the word of the day from the SAT Word of the Day skill. Today's SAT prep word of the day is hackneyed. It means something cliche that has been overused or done too much, and it's spelled Hackneyd. Here's how you use hackneyed in a sentence. Avoid using hackneyed comparisons in your paper if you want a good grade. If you're enjoying your SAT...
Okay, I get it now. So a great example of hackneyed would be don't have the word of the day be hackneyed, then proceed to have the slang word of the day where someone uses a hackneyed word to define. Fucking high keys be used like overused for like years. Nigga. That's it. That high key shit was hackneyed. Like, okay, all right. Well, that's pretty good. An overused term. So it's just like when you first meet someone from New York, they have a problem with being hackneyed with the term yo. They're like, nah, yo, such and such, yo. It's going down like this, yo, 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 yo. yo. Like, damn, that's not. How many times are you gonna say yo? That is hackneyed. That's overused terminology. Don't use that description. Or don't use some weak, obvious stuff. So, for example, like when people don't like movies, you know, they overuse it. That's right, bro. That's right, Joe. Robots don't sleep. No robot. That's right. Robots don't sleep. They just chill for a second to plot out their next scheme to conquer the universe. He's got this thing in his house called Emo. It's an AI robot, and it can learn stuff, and it types and reads. And sometimes he acts like he's asleep, but then, oh man, when we talk about something important, he wakes right up. That's right. They don't sleep. They never sleep. They're always plotting. And shout out to Mac Dre from San Francisco, another great classic rapper. Oh my God, Yoda said something. What happened? All right, so I think we're going to end the show on the fact that Yoda has come to life, and we're going to miss Volo tomorrow. Next time we see video, Yoda and Emo are going to be coated in blood. I figure that's how it's going to go. So let's get out of here. Any other final words, Volo?
That's all for the night, man.
All right, so yeah, this is Noodle Free Mondays. That's just good enough. We're going to keep it up, try to be steady. We got Wednesday, we got the My Part of Town podcast, which is more Philadelphia city focused. Talking about the people, talking about city life. We love people to come through, give us their opinions, tell us about their towns and cities too. Also, we have our news show, which we're doing Saturday, starting at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is called Volo and Butthead. If you can't tell, I am Butthead. And I basically, my job is to explain complicated Volo thoughts in layman's terms about technology and mathematics. And that's a great show we're going to do on Wednesdays, where we have our Tech Lord of the Week. On Saturdays, we have our Tech Lord of the Week. On Wednesdays, we have our Philly Person Bio of the Week. And on Mondays, we have our Noodle of the Week, which is somebody that's out there acting up. And our Noodle of the Week this week was Tyrese Gibson, going through it, begging for some love for people to help him with his paternity cases. So that's a great show. I always like to close all my shows with like, share, subscribe, send it out to the people. Also, remember my favorite phrase. Let me put the little like, share, subscribe, because for some reason you got to tell people like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Also, check out my new song. If you like being a natural girl, you like natural women, you like women without surgery, if you like being made the way God made you and you want to dance and celebrate to it, I have a song out called Paging Dr. Umar, Natural Girl. Google it. You'll find it on Tidal. You'll find it out there. Eventually on Spotify and all those sites, as they should be loading it up right now as we talk. We will see when I check my email. And I'll check it out on Tidal. And I have a Vivo of the actual video. And if you got that TikTok and stuff, do it to it. Dance to it. If you like, twerk to it. And it's a clean song with no foul language. It's a positive song about natural women and good ladies. So that's what we're about. Let's close it out with the thing that I always want you to remember. Love is good. Life is better. You better do something out there, guys, that's going to make you last forever. And that's Noodle Free Mondays. And we are out of here on the dough roll. We got 3 minutes left in the show. We're going to close the show with one more play of my little rap video, because that will put us right at 11 on the money. Let me bring up my little rap video. So let's go here. We're gonna bring up the thing because we want to show how easy it is to find my stuff. Because you know my stuff easy to find. So we're gonna just put it in Paging Dr. Umar, and we're just gonna go with just that. We're not even gonna put the N on a natural girl. We're just gonna put in Paging Dr. Umar. Boom, comes up anyway. Of course it comes up. We're gonna go to YouTube. See. If you see over here, they got cover stone. They know what's up. Make sure I'm sharing the right page. There we go.
NATURAL, wanna get it as green and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. NATURAL, wanna get it as green and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. Hey.
From the skinny to the biggie, ain't no plastic in the body. Keep that trash away from kitty. Like my ladies green, the way that nature made them. Curly hair a nation, chocolate presentation. Be like the ladies, Liddy flavored basket, Robin skinny waisted. Don't get it wrong, we even take them yellow, brown, Caucasian. Patron Dr. Uma, ain't no bunny hopping. Too far. The natural queens coming all sizes, dropping stars.
NATURAL, we'll get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. NATURAL, we'll get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural
It's going down. Like Trump in the house. Body pop, soft, clean, jean pillows popping. Tasty water flows, nappy heads steady rocking. Where your man at? Well, I'm here now. All that thin chat, it ain't here now. Protection in the building, family be the drilling. Cooking for the kids and give me piece of bit of dealing. My trusted counsel when I get my piece of bigger building. Keep the family diet clean. I need a
NATURAL, we'll get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. NATURAL, we'll get it as clean and no plastic everywhere. A natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl, a natural girl. Hey, we do murder over.
And my favorite part of the beat on that song is that they got the woo, yeah, from It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right.
Big Papa, Big Papa.
That's my favorite part of that beat that I got. It's got the woo, yeah, from It Takes Two. I love that. Anyway, we out of here, bro. Let's shut it down. End the broadcast. Thanks for joining. Anybody else that's watching the show, like, share, subscribe. Send it out to your people. Let them watch. And of course, we would love for more people to watch so we can communicate bound with you guys over the internet ways. We even bring you up because I'm crazy enough to bring you up and we can talk live, baby. So we'll do that in the future in any show we do. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Check out this channel, Twitch, YouTube, and the Facebook. We out of here. Happy Juneteenth. Happy past Father's Day. Mother's Day was a couple months ago. Happy super belated Mother's Day too. Why not? Give the honey some loving. And we're going to end this